Billy, that's you? Billy, that's you?
Look, first, I do care about the turtles, and I do not like straws because of that, sure.
I love a straw. I love a good straw. I love sucking on shit. Not dicks or anything. Nothing
115, 10.
Nothing homosexual.
1, 3,
That
2019.
makes sense.
Okay. That's
right.
gonna be in the opening video. Oh. Oh my god, bro. There is no one like you. You are...
But I'm gonna fuck around and make my whole fucking album distorted, and they gonna be like that boy edgy as fuck. Yeah, fuck. TCAP 803.
Coming heavy with the weight and feel. Wonder if the hoes in Jesus' hand he'll give a fuck how a man feel. Whole world at a standstill, stigmatized. Donald Trump they will not criticize. Still question Obama like my nigga lied. White girls boosting so my nigga ride. Out here switching sides. Crossing ship to mind the window cause they living blind. And they soul not showing. I swear my flow how potent. How these hoes got open and you know Pop's joking. If he expect forgiveness, I'm one of your seven victim. Hell's free of heaven's prison. These are split decisions. And I think I give the misses what I give the masses. My whole arm and no walls. I ain't kissing asses. The shit and I don't stop. Don't stop. She ain't bars the end and she won't call her. You didn't see her coming. People are screaming, running, baby like babies. Why they need it back to drive horsepower. Speed is punching. Smoking weed, I'm blunting. Notice these are stunning. Ain't me like Jesus versus. of knowledge, I got key consumption, Super Saiyan wannabe. I eat the peanut buzzing with your family, they ugly. You can keep your cousin, most people puzzling. You want my time is by the hour and I need 100. I seen your ship and see it sunken, missing me, she keep on cutting. She a keeper, love a hot box, a beaming bucket. My demon, she seen a sucker, she bring me, need me, so fucking here for long haul, press hold if God calls.
Promise I won't take up too much of your time here. My name is Ander Christensen. I live at 1212 Twin Ridge Road. Lincoln has the opportunity to be a social leader in this country. We have been casually ignoring a problem that has gotten so out of control that our children are throwing around names and words without even understanding their true meaning and treating things as though they're normal. I go into nice family restaurants and I see people throwing this name around and pretending as though everything is just fine. I'm talking about boneless chicken wings. I propose that we as a city remove the... Excuse me, I'm trying to...
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Sure.
come on. I propose that we as a city remove the name boneless wings from our menus and from our hearts. These are our reasons why. Number one, nothing about boneless chicken wings actually come from the wing of a chicken. We would be disgusted if a butcher was mislabeling their cuts of meats, but then we go around and pretending as though the breast of the chicken is its wing. Number two, boneless chicken wings are just chicken tenders, which are already boneless. I don't go to order boneless tacos. I don't go and order boneless club sandwiches. I don't ask for boneless auto repair. It's just what's expected. And then number three, we need to raise our children better. Our children are raised being afraid of having bones attached to their meat. That's where meat comes from. It grows on bones. We need to teach them that the wing of a chicken is from a chicken, and it's delicious. I propose that we rename boneless wings in the city of Lincoln. We can call them buffalo-style chicken tenders. We can call them wet tenders. We can call them saucy nugs or trash. We can take these steps and show the country that where we stand, and that we understand that we've been living a lie for far too long, and we know it because we feel it in our bones.
Thank you, Andrew. Hey, hold it down. Jeez.
I would like to just comment here. For the record, that's my son.
Just the ah at the end.
Hey, Creighton.
Hey, Charlie.
So, first of all, Nick, I see you in chat. Where the fuck have you been?
I know, right? Nick
I missed
hasn't
you.
Been here in a while.
I haven't seen him in like
hot
fucking.
minute.
It's been like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks.
Well, I feel like we haven't seen him because of our situation with COVID going on and everything.
I mean, in chat.
Our router, just.
Oh,
crapped
that
out.
too. Yeah, the
Because of
COVID has really affected
Because of COVID.
our internet connections
Yeah.
here. Hey, you know what the weather's like in Allen
What's the
County,
weather like?
Indiana? It was 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's precipitation's 3%. Can you guess the humidity? Can you guess?
Wait, where's it at?
Indiana,
90%.
55%. Sounds fucking good. You know what I mean?
Everywhere else has been like
100 for like 2 weeks. Every place we looked. The wind 7 miles per hour. Creighton.
I was fixing my
You were
mic.
touching it.
So I've done a lot of self-improvement today. I got my phone screen fixed, which is amazing. I feel like I can text freely again. That I'm not bound by the chains of a keyboard that doesn't work all right. And God be damned, I just I was so determined not to have to hold my mic tonight.
God be damned.
Yep. This mic stand be damned or whatever. Because there's a snowball mic right here, and I just, yeah. Well, I guess it's a take on goddamn, you know what I mean?
It's not a take. It's a different.
Is it a different analogy?
It's just a different saying altogether. It's like coronavirus be damned. I'm gonna hug this guy. It means fuck coronavirus. I'm gonna hug this guy.
Oh damn.
God be damned just means fuck God. I just don't expect to hear stuff like that from you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it means. No, that is what it means.
I think I meant God willing or whatever.
I'm sure you meant it a different way,
Yeah.
but what you said was that.
Yeah. But either way, I have the mic stand right here.
Some medicinal drinking here and there. Also, you guys usually go on late as fuck, and a bitch has to work in the morning. But I love you, ass faces. We love you
Well,
too.
I'm glad you're here tonight.
I've been busy doing creative writing and staying sane. Oh, that's nice. What's up, bitches? What's up, Chris? Katie DeCito is here. Hello, Katie.
Kristen's here.
Creighton, I just squeezed the juice out of like 5 limes. Do you want me to save the peels for you?
Yes. What are you doing? 5 limes.
What are you doing with 5 limes? And I'm so annoyed that you already, like, you know him so good that you know he'll want just the lime peels.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing you want him to save for you.
Yes.
For those who don't know, which you should probably all know by now, but just in case
I
that's
eat
been
'em like
beaten into
candy.
your head, he eats lemon and lime peels
so-
and the fruit whole. He eats everything, all of it.
Does this sound better without the mic cover or with the mic cover?
I don't know. I just have it because I was getting tired of the thing being in my face, and this is easier.
Oh.
And it's like it's still nice and loud on their end.
Well, shit. How does that sound? Does that sound better? It sounds like it sounds better to me.
Maybe.
Hello?
Does that sound better,
Hello?
guys?
Yeah, it seems. See,
Nashville, Tennessee.
We're hitting yellow again.
I mean, I've been hitting yellow with everything I say.
Yeah.
But that's 'cause
But
of-
you know, I'm a key
yeah.
lower than you or whatever.
You mean your
I
voice?
have a higher falsetto, but a lower, whatever the opposite of falsetto is. Just let me.
Never mind. Making a drink. Just confirmation. You do want me
What
to
kind of
save
drink?
them? Yes, he wants you to
Yes.
save them. Imagine working. Couldn't be me. Wow, Flint. That's the thing you said. Nashville, Tennessee. 78 degrees, 80%, 82% humidity. So funny story. Had a dude I used to play COD with back in Ghost text me out of nowhere and was like, "Saw you in Nick's video yesterday. Haven't talked to him in a long time." How many
Cool.
racist comments so far? 25. Yeah, that feeling of like, that's how I felt when I saw Flint come into chat and say what's up. I was like, oh my God.
Oh.
It's been years.
Yeah. Well, Flint's here every night.
It's
That's
been
why. He's
84
like, he can only get
years.
so much of you. You know, he just has to
I
take
meant
a break.
in the beginning of the stream
Oh, in the beginning.
of when we were doing, like from when we started doing
I
Twitch
thought you
streams
meant
again.
like just like in general, like you just fucking can't stand him. And he was.
I
coming
mean,
in
yeah,
the
in
chat.
general too. I don't like
Which
him.
is, I think, bad, 'cause Flint, like, we would fall apart without Flint.
I agree. Your bits don't work? What do you mean our bits don't work?
Our bits don't work. Oh, maybe she threw some at us, and it's just not popping up 'cause somebody hasn't fixed OBS.
No, it would show it in chat either way. Giving bits is a chat thing. I didn't even have this dude's number saved anymore. That just means he missed you and loved you and was always holding out hope. What's up, bitches? I just finished a stupid ass Zoom class.
Nice. Shit. Guess what?
I recently came back to Nick's chat the other day. I only got banned once. Just to clarify, Blake gets banned in Nick's chat all the time.
Why?
'Cause he says dumb shit that you shouldn't be saying in a giant Twitch chat like that. Try being banned, then a mod, and then not modded anymore. Back to a normie. Charlie, your hair, is it different? Yes, my hair is different.
Did you get it cut?
It was cut. Yeah, just the way you said that sounded like you were about to say some more things, so I didn't say anything.
Oh, no.
Did you get it
No.
cut?
Did you get it cut?
Something I was gonna say after blah, blah,
Like,
like
you
you
know.
usually just
Are you
usually
just-
you
are you
ask
just
but
a
you don't
tool?
really let it stay a question. You just go like, "Did you get it cut? Who cut it? What happened?" Like you ask like 5 questions.
Nah. What?
I was just waiting.
No,
to say
it's like
something.
when you finish your story, you know?
What's the story? Just like cut.
About the saucy
What happened
nugs.
to the hat? I want to talk shit about it. That awkward silence took a piece of my soul. I don't want to be a normie. I like being horny. Oh, okay. Literally can't send bits. What is this? I'm sorry. I don't know what the problem is. Can I send bits?
You better throw bits at us. It's
You
like
cannot
throwing
cheer
lemons.
in your own channel. That is unfortunate.
Damn. Wait, is Katie part of the Shirts Off podcast now? And that's why she can't?
See if you can click the cheer button.
I don't have mine connected to money.
No, you won't do it. I'm just saying click the button. What shows up?
First time join.
Okay, see, it should be working then. I'm not sure. Also, my headphones are already being shitty as hell, so all these pauses are confusing the fuck out of me. I'm sorry. We will try and be more consistent with the words and the sounds and the things. That guy in Lincoln with the town hall
Yeah.
with the chicken is probably like the most happy I've been about government
In a while.
in like a year.
He's definitely a bright side of coronavirus.
Yes. The lady in the background made me laugh a lot.
Yeah,
'Cause,
she
like,
was
you
like
can-
right
she
there
was just
behind
like
him. Yeah.
like trying. She was like laugh. You
She
could
was
tell
trying
that
to hold it together.
it would have been so much better if she wasn't wearing a fucking mask. Like if we didn't
Yeah.
have to wear masks, like,
Yeah.
and we could see her like laugh and shit, it would have been so much like funnier. I feel like, especially with more people there that like weren't there for obviously like if there was a whole crowd, it would have been like a straight up stand up gig. It was so funny. The minimum is 25 bits. It got raised when me and Soker ear raped you for 45 minutes, 1 bit at a time. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, then
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
That was
So
was
odds on
hilarious
Corona
'cause
not
it's-
being a big deal after election.
Charlie's leaning to yes.
I'm definitely leaning toward that mindset.
And me and Quentin were talking
Boats.
about after leaving
And
Highway
hoes.
55
Yes.
tonight and going just to like hang out or take Valdez home and then coming back here.
Wait, what?
We were talking about like your take on coronavirus,
Mm-hmm.
and Quentin was like, "I can't believe he seriously like thinks it's just gonna go away after the election." And I was like, "Well,
I don't think he understands what I mean.
And I told Quentin, I was like, "Well, like I don't think he means it's just gonna like disappear."
Yeah, it's not.
But like it does sound kind of ridiculous when you say it out
Of
of
course it
context,
does.
But like
I mean,
it's
the
like I
way it
told
is
Quentin-
portrayed in the news
Well,
and the way that our
well,
lives have been altered is going to go back to
it's
normal.
like I told Quentin, like I work in the public sector, you know what I mean? And I've worked in there for a long time, and I've seen we went probably like 3 or 4 months when this started without masks, and they said they were getting cases all the way back in November that they went back and tested, you know what I mean?
Thank
to
you,
see-
Blake.
And like I mean, you're talking about November, December, January, February, March, April, May. We didn't get masks until the end of May. So that's 7 months that we were exposed to this shit. If the statistics are to be believed.
Yeah.
And I was honest with Quentin. I was like, I think I've had it, passed it, whatever it was, asymptomatically. And I think it's honestly just going to be like the new flu, that there's a lot of fear mongering and stuff behind it. Like you were saying, from the media, and they're making it, I don't think it's like completely like harmless. I think it's definitely something we should be cautious about. But I believe it's not as bad as they're making it out to be. And
Yeah.
and the numbers are
I
definitely
mean, I think we should be.
fudged.
I think the reason that we should be worried about it is because it's new, and you're supposed to be worried about any new disease that hits
Yeah,
the planet.
absolutely,
Like that makes
absolutely.
sense. But like now that we're seeing the numbers for real, like what they mean, what the death rate is, and how old the death rate. You know, the mean age for or median, whatever it is, the average age.
Mhm.
I don't know which word is correct, is older than the average life expectancy in America.
I didn't know that. No.
So more people, most people that die of coronavirus die who are older than our normal life expectancy in America anyway.
Well, it's just like
This is America's statistics.
it's just like saying
I don't know about everywhere else.
it's just like saying you're older, so you're gonna die of like a disease that younger people are able to fend off. Like that was the case before coronavirus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's going to be the case after coronavirus isn't as big of a deal. And I feel like the news media has framed this in such a way and made people so scared that it's frightening to see how much like it's actually like made people afraid to go outside. And don't get me wrong, like
The dumbest
they
people I
need
see
to
are the
be-
ones wearing a mask in the car by themselves
they need to be cautious.
and then out in the
and
like,
on
weather.
on the flip side of that, I feel like the dumbest people are the ones who walk into like public places without masks on. Because I feel like you should be wearing a mask, even if you don't believe it's a threat to you. You should wear a mask to be considerate of other people.
Yeah, I mean, I understand
and
that.
you're being an asshole by not doing it.
Well, I mean, you're being an asshole, like subjectively. Like people who believe really hard in this are gonna think you're an asshole.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, the people argue that the masks don't do anything. There's a number. There's a statistic out there. I don't know the exact number, but the flu rate is normally in Florida is normally like about a couple 100,000 people around this time of year. And I think it was just in the hundreds this year. because
Well, that's every disease. Pneumonia,
no,
there's
no, no, no.
virtually no pneumonia cases. There's virtually no tuberculosis. Every disease people are dying of, if they die of a disease that, and they also are positive for coronavirus, it's only getting categorized as a
it's only getting
coronavirus case.
categorized.
So all the other diseases are down this year because everyone who dies of any of those diseases is being categorized as a coronavirus
But-
because they probably are also positive with that.
But I feel like the masks are helping a little bit in that aspect. But it's just like a give and take. Like you take away from this number.
It's
the
also
the
unhealthy to
corona
wear
deaths is gonna-
masks all day.
It is.
That's
it
the
is.
worst part.
So you're gonna have to like pick and choose your battles on this.
Yeah.
But I think until we have like a safer way to handle it, masks is just the only thing we can do. You know what I mean? That to be considerate of others. You know, because I feel like you and me, even if we didn't wear,
I think if we
masks,
keep the
would
masks
be
on,
fine.
everyone, yeah, I mean, we're gonna be fine. I never wear the mask. I mean,
Yeah, me
I wear
neither.
it in,
I wear it
I wear
at
it
work.
places that I have to wear
I
it, where
wear
they
it-
won't let me in otherwise.
Oh yeah.
I'll wear a mask.
I
If
wear
I don't
it-
have to wear it, I'm not wearing it.
I wear it at work and I wear it when we go to the mall. I won't wear it anywhere else really, unless like
I
they
don't-
stop me at the door and ask me to.
I don't
On the
breathe
other
well
side
in
of
it.
that,
You
I
don't
don't
have
breathe
you don't
well.
have good air
Oh, yeah.
passage. I mean, that's those masks. They're causing pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
Pneumonia is a lot of people that wear masks who like have to sit in their job all day wearing it. People are getting very bad breathing problems. They're getting pneumonia. They're getting all these diseases because they're sitting there breathing. They're not breathing in clean air. I mean, you're never going to breathe in clean air. But if you're sitting there with a filter on your face, if you walk by a dump, if you if you eat some bad food, if you just have bad breath and you don't brush your teeth and you're not hygienic and you're sitting there using that mask and you still aren't hygienic afterwards and you just breathe it in all day long, it's really bad for you.
In your teeth too.
It's bad for your
There's,
it's bad for
um,
everything. I mean,
There's people talking about this thing called mask mouth, which is like where like your gum line starts receding, your teeth start falling out, that kind of shit, because of like the bacteria that's growing in your mouth.
yeah,
because
it
of-
doesn't have anywhere to go.
Well, it's the people too, like that are.
You know how much fat you lose by breathing?
Yeah, we talked about before. on
Yeah,
the
I mean,
treadmills.
yeah, if you look at a treadmill, there's a reason there's that fucking grimy layer on top of it. That's
Mhm.
fat. Your body, the most fat people burn off is not by sweating, it's by literally breathing out fat. Like
Mhm.
the particles come out of your body and you're breathing them onto stuff. That's why they clean gyms so much. Before coronavirus, that's why they have to clean gyms so much, is because there's just a layer of, it's not just grime from like sweat. Sweat's water.
Mhm.
Like there's going to be some sediment in sweat because of salt and because of your body, getting rid of toxins. But fat is where all that grimy, gross, and it's because you're breathing it out. When you see a guy running and he's like it's
All that's
just
fat
it's just
burning off.
fat burning off. All that, especially people on a treadmill. And that's why all that shit's all ganky. If you're sitting here wearing a mask all day long and you're in New York City or you're in LA and you don't have a car and you don't take public transportation and you ride a bike or you walk around and you're having to wear a mask to do it, you're just breathing out all this fat and all these toxins in your body that you're supposed to be exhaling from your system, and they're just going into that mask, and then you're inhaling air through that mask, right through all that garbage, and you're just dumping it in and out of your mouth all day.
Mm.
It's terrible. It's like the worst backwash ever. Like, ugh. Then why you so chunky? That's crazy. Maybe I have pneumonia. Chunky? Nah. Chonky. Chonky's definitely more fun to say.
I like chunky.
Bro, I envy you. I want to be around other 21-year-old dumbasses. I feel you, dude. If I could go back to any time in my life, it'd be 20 to 23. I really liked 22 myself.
Why 22?
I was in the best shape I was in, like at the end of 22.
Yeah. And now look at you.
And now I'm just gross.
Yeah.
I'm gross and weak
And
and
chunky.
fucking like the opposite of chunky. I've lost like 15 pounds.
Man.
I'm so mad. I want
You're a skinny
I want
boy.
to be bigger.
Were you compensating?
Excuse me.
Anyway.
I don't know, man. The whole mask thing is not just Matt. The whole like Quentin's opinion on it, the way I love Quentin. Quentin's my best friend on this planet. But whenever I told him something along the lines of like, I don't know, man, I have a feeling after the election, 3-4 months down the line, things are going to be pretty much back to normal. And every time I say that, people are like, there's no way it's going to be back to normal, you idiot. And I'm like, I don't mean everything is going to, everything's just going to halt and become what it was. I mean, coronavirus isn't going to be this giant national health crisis with trillions of dollars being pumped into it that we're all worried about. What's it called? A vaccine is going to appear out of nowhere. We're going to be We're going to have that going. People are going to be fine. We're going to be back in the movies. We're going to go back to Dave & Buster's. The world's going to open up again. Like, that's what I mean. I mean, we're going to be able to go to fucking concerts and see stand-up shows and go actually live our lives. Like, instead of being cooped up and school being fucked up and colleges not letting students on the, like, all that shit. Like, places are going to be normal again. You're going to be able to go do things again is what I mean by normalized. I don't mean that it's going to be like this didn't happen, because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, I am, but I'm not that kind of idiot. Like, I understand that the world has definitely changed forever in terms of coronavirus. It's here now. It might be our new flu. It might not be. We'll see about that.
I hope it's our new flu. You know what I mean?
Why?
Like, as far as, like, just, like, the way it affects people. Like, I don't know. It just...
Well, if you
the
get
way
it, if you
it's
get it
affecting
badly,
people just reminds me of it, like, being like the flu. You know what I mean?
no.
Yeah.
The people that get it bad,
the
it's a really slow, gruesome, horrible death.
Well,
People
that's
that
how
die of the flu,
That's how the flu is.
it's not the same. Your lungs don't deteriorate
Mhm.
with the flu. I mean, you get sick and you have a virus and you die. But have you seen the pictures of, like, lungs affected by coronavirus?
Yeah.
It looks like a clicker from The Last of Us. Like, it's like that brown, pink, like,
Piece of
disgusting,
shit. Like, you know.
like, deteriorated, horrifying shit. And I mean, that's what I'd rather the flu be the flu than the coronavirus be our new flu.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I just think
the
that's the
flu
way it's
kills
gonna
like
go.
75,000 people a year or something. Or like,
You know what I mean?
It's like 65,000.
I think that's just the way it's gonna go. It's gonna be the new flu.
Well, I think the flu's not going anywhere. I think the flu's gonna be the flu, and the coronavirus.
Well,
is
no,
gonna
I
be the
just mean like
coronavirus.
the coronavirus is gonna be like the new flu, as in like, oh, you don't want to get this because it'll put you on your ass for a little bit.
I guess. I mean, the flu. Even people
Don't get
that
me
get
wrong,
it-
the flu is bad, but like I've had the flu the last couple of years and it ain't that bad.
I mean, yeah, I get it like every other year at least. I mean, it's not.
It's not
It's
like
the flu.
tough,
It's
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we have herd immunity to stuff like the flu.
Well, that's. I've taken my flu shot too, and I still get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? We can't be around your mom.
Well, yeah,
look, we take
they're
flu
working on
shots,
it.
so that's what I'm saying. Like
What, the
we s-
vaccine?
I haven't
Yeah,
gotten
yeah,
the
they're
flu.
working on it. They definitely don't already have one.
I haven't gotten the flu in. Let's see, what year is it? 2020. Probably like the beginning of 2019 is the last time I had the flu. Yeah. Yeah. I believe that's what it is. Either the beginning of 2019 or the beginning of 2018. Huh?
Stand-up shows
But I
happening
got
in
a flu shot
Nashville.
that year, and I didn't get a flu shot this past year. I
Want to
didn't
see
get it
Brandon
at all.
Schaub and Andrew Schultz here in November. Low key, that would be kind of baller.
I don't get sick that often, though.
I'm
You
gonna
know
go
what I
see
mean?
Tim Dillon in Atlanta next month. Chris,
What is it?
we're all gonna go do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know. I think stuff like stand-up comedians are too like
To what?
against the system. They're having their shows anyway, regardless of.
Oh, well, they got to. They got to make money.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
They don't have any fucking other way to make money.
I mean some of them do, but
Yeah,
yeah, overall no,
No, all comedians are the same.
it's not true.
No, it's true.
Is it?
Yeah, it's across from one every Monday through Thursday.
Do you
They all
have any
live like
evidence for
crazy
that?
Animals
Do you have any
like,
evidence for that?
with dogs in their friend's basement
Mm-hmm.
doing shitty podcasts.
Hello, Charlie. Hello, Taylor.
Hello, Taylor. Is that Taylor? Tristan's Taylor?
No,
Oh.
that's Taylor J.
Okay.
For the longest time, I had access to his Amazon Prime account, and that's how I watched Amazon Prime stuff.
And now you don't.
And now I don't. I have my own now.
Ooh,
Moving up
look
in
at
the world.
you, big boy.
haven't
Well,
been here
I
in a
mean
while, that's
metaphorically, you're shrinking.
Yeah, I am
Physically.
shrinking physically.
Do you have any water? I'm thirsty.
There's some right under you.
Is there? Can I get it?
I don't know. Can you? There you go. Did you get one?
I touched the pack though. So.
I'm proud of you. Just wanted to say I hope you have a good day. Thank you, man.
You want to talk about the police story? Since we got a good connection, it's the end of the week. So that we
Police
got like
story?
a
Which
whole
one? The one that happened to
we
you?
got in like a big argument about.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That one comedian passed out on stage here during a show. Can't think of his name because of Corona, and they still
Yeah.
haven't stopped. Jesus.
You go ahead and tell it from your perspective, because like
No. You tell it from your perspective.
no, I want to hear it from yours.
I want to hear
first.
from yours first.
Okay,
You're the one who wanted to talk about it.
okay, I'll tell it from my perspective.
Okay, guys, here we go.
So what day was this? It was look, because I didn't put it in the notes the same day as.
No, it was like the next day.
It
So
was over the weekend, so like Saturday, Friday, somewhere in there. It might have been after last week's podcast.
I think it was Friday.
No, we had to go get, because we had to get you from work.
Yeah, it was Friday.
Okay, so Friday, me, Parker, and Kyle, and somebody else, Ashley Williams, I believe, or Ashley, my bad. Ashley, somebody whose last name we won't say.
Just tell the story.
We're hanging out at Waffle House having breakfast at like 3 in the morning.
It was you, me, Kayla, and Parker in the car when this thing
Yeah,
happened.
I'm giving some backstory.
Okay.
And a fight broke out at Waffle House.
Yes.
And there was police presence involved after the fight. And there was police still kind of like staking out the location when we left. We left to go pick up Charlie from work. We got him, and I wanted to talk to his dad about buying some rooms. And Charlie was like, no, he's tired or something like that. And then we left. And we were on the way back, and we came by Charlie's house because I was like, well, maybe we can hang out here some, if you want to. And he's like, no, I'm tired, just like, let me out here. Or, no, you said, let's go get your truck, and then we'll just all go our separate ways. And I said, okay. So I went and got we went and got my truck. And we were on the way to get my truck. And the way that we were going to Waffle House is we were going to pull through this parking lot at Verizon and then make a U-turn at the bypass. So we go through
Which is illegal.
There's a no cut through or drive through sign or something like that.
It's
But that
yes.
doesn't necessarily make it illegal.
It's literally illegal. It does necessarily make it illegal. It's literally.
Are you
going
gonna let me tell the story?
I mean, you're just saying
Okay,
you're
let-
lying.
I mean,
You said
is
it
though?
doesn't-
Do we know for sure?
Yes, I do know for sure. Chris
From
got a
who?
ticket for it.
Chris
the
who?
guy out here with the
You got a
rally
ticket
car.
for it?
Yes.
Okay then. So
And it's a no through traffic
So,
sign.
no through traffic.
That's
That's beside the point. Anyways, we're coming out.
literally the point of the
There's
story.
like 4 lanes in front of us. 2 lanes go this way, 2 lanes go that way. And there's a medium that you can kind of like make a U-turn at to this right side. There's a cop car coming down on the other side, and it starts to slow down, and it goes in front of us. And I go ahead and pull out, and like to go into the U-turn and turn around. And I saw the cop. I was watching from the mirror, and I saw the cop like do a U-turn at the other end, where it come across the medium to kind of like get behind us. But we had already U-turned around, so they were gonna have to U-turn around to follow us. And I wasn't going like super fast. I think I was going the speed limit. And Kyle goes, I need to stop and get gas. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah, we'll just pull in here and get gas. So we pull into Murphy's to get gas, and it's the cop. It's kind of like further away, but I couldn't tell if the cop was following us or not. So we pull up to the wrong side of the thing because I'm used to my gas tank being on the left and yours is on the right. So I had to kind of circle around to the other thing to get it lined up. And the cop whips around on the other side of the gas pumps and kind of blocks us in. And me and you were both like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because it was very like, what the hell? And it's kind of shady because she didn't turn on her lights or anything. And she pulls up
You mean
next
her
to-
blue lights?
Yeah, her blue
Yeah.
lights. What other lights are on a cop car?
The headlights?
Oh. It was nighttime. Her headlights are obviously on.
I know.
Pay attention to the context of the story. Anyways, so I rolled down my window, and she rolls down her windows, and she said, what are you doing at Verizon? I said, cutting through. And she said, why? I said, because I wanted to avoid the light up there because it takes forever to change at 3:30 in the morning. And she said, well, what are you doing here? I said, we're getting gas. It's a gas station. I didn't say that, but I was kind of thinking it. And
Well, those pumps don't work after hours.
I didn't know that.
I understand.
time.
That's why she asked, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Most of them do, yeah. And she said something else. I can't remember, but then she said,
My
Oh,
brother
she
worked
said-
there. They
she
don't.
said-
The Murphy's ones are never open after hours.
She said, where are you guys coming from? And I pointed at Charlie, and I said, your house.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, we'll get your gas and get out of here.
Yeah.
And she left. And it wouldn't have been a problem because, like, I was just like, okay, she was rude, whatever. And Kayla was very heated about it. And then Charlie says, she wasn't rude, she was doing her job. And I said, no, she was rude. And I don't care if you're doing your job. You can be decent to people, even if you're in the middle of doing your job. It doesn't matter what kind of social or political climate that we're in. You need to be polite to people, regardless of what.
She was very nice to you.
She was not.
She was very nice to you, considering the fact that she just caught you committing a crime
Okay.
and decided not to give you a ticket.
Okay, write me a ticket for the crime then. Don't sit there and try to implicate me in other crimes.
She's probably dealing with shit. They've had a fight right down the road from where that happened.
Okay.
She
They're-
probably was there and recognized your
Bro,
truck
I deal with shit all the time at work. I don't
or
ever
car or whatever it was.
I don't ever take it out on customers.
I understand.
And I get it. It's a police officer and a grocery person are two different fields, two different careers. I get that. But they still deal with the public.
Creighton criminal canon convict flashback arc next season. Convict flashback arc.
but-
next season.
But you're still working in the public sector, and you have to treat the people that you're supposed to be protecting and serving with a certain level of respect and dignity. You know what I mean?
Why would she treat you with any respect or dignity right there when she just caught you committing a crime and she let you off with
She
it?
didn't say anything about it.
She literally asked you what you did at the Verizon.
She asked me what I was doing at Verizon,
Yeah.
but she didn't say you're in trouble because you cut through there. She didn't say I'm gonna write you a ticket because you cut through there. She just kept talking about shit that didn't have anything to do about Verizon.
She asked
She
you what you
asked
did, and you told her what
I
you
told her
did.
point blank what I did. I was
Yeah.
open and honest with her.
Yeah. She decided not to write you a ticket. She didn't
She-
even get out of her
If
car.
she was gonna write us a ticket, she would turn
She was
on her
worried.
lights.
She was worried you were at Murphy's, waiting for someone else to meet you at Murphy's to do a drug deal or something.
No,
Because
she
those gas
was
pumps are
not.
never open after
No,
hours.
she was not.
Murphy's doesn't let you get gas
Even
after
if
hours.
she was, be fucking direct about it and don't fuck.
How can you be direct
nicer.
about that?
Be nicer to the people that you're supposed to be serving and protect. I felt, what's the word? Targeted and oppressed, not protected and served.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good time today. I'm super fucking high.
Nice.
Okay.
But you see
It's
what
a
I
good
mean,
story
though?
to hear for that. Me personally, no, because I've dealt with the police a lot in my life.
Yeah, and they're
and
never
she
fucking
seemed like pretty
assholes.
cool. I mean,
No,
they're
she was
very
not.
much
She
always
was not
assholes
cool.
to me.
They're never. Look, I had a cop come into Food Line the other night. We talked. We had a normal conversation. You know what I mean?
Well, did
It
he
was
or
a
she
sheriff's deputy.
did he or she expect you of committing a crime at the time?
It doesn't matter.
It literally
It
matters.
doesn't matter if you're expecting this person to commit a crime.
If somebody
there's
calls
a
the
way,
cops.
there's a way to handle that situation.
If a cop
and
is
that was
going
not
down the
it.
road and she sees somebody slap the shit out of his wife, and
well, that's
she walks up
different. You're not. I'm not slapping the shit out of anybody just by cutting through Verizon.
contextually, listen to me. You're saying there's nothing different about them going into Food Line where you work and talking to you if they don't suspect you of doing a crime, and you think that they should have the same respect if they're coming up to you.
Thank you, Chris.
Difference between someone coming into your business and being pulled over.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between somebody coming into your business and being
but
pulled
you
over.
just said there shouldn't be. You said there shouldn't be a difference between how they treat you. If you're being pulled
There
over, there
should
is a
be.
difference.
Well, we weren't being pulled over though. We were being blocked in and questioned about shit that would, other than pulling through Verizon, wasn't any of her business. She had no right to ask where we were
She
coming
knows
from,
that you don't.
where we
you
were
can't
going,
get gas at Murphy's.
what we were doing there. She had no right to ask that stuff.
She asked you what you were doing at Murphy's, a place she knows doesn't give gas after hours.
place
After
that
she
we
witnessed
didn't
you commit a crime. Yes, of course you didn't know, but she doesn't know that. That's a perception issue.
Okay, but
She
she's-
doesn't know that
we
you don't
still
know.
didn't have to answer her. I could have just not answered anything after the Verizon question. The Verizon question was the only thing she had a reason to ask about.
No,
yes,
it's not.
Yes, it is. That's
Creighton.
the only thing that's in the context of crime. You just said if you see somebody slapping the shit out of somebody on the side of the road and it's a police officer, of course they're gonna pull over and act like it's a crime.
Yeah.
But regardless, like
If-
it didn't require that much like hostility and that much just like being an asshole for no reason.
See, this is the part that people aren't going to be able to help understand, because what you guys witnessed, you thought was her being an asshole. What I witnessed was her just doing it. I
But
didn't
you
hear
were
her
also
being
in the
upset.
back seat though. You weren't
Oh,
sitting in
everyone
the
was
driver's
paying
seat.
very much attention to it, though. I wasn't like blinded by anything.
Mhm.
I was watching it. I was there.
It's not.
It's not like the back
If-
seat's 10 feet away. I was 2 feet behind.
If
you.
it was any of my cashiers and they had treated a customer like that,
Yeah, of course you'd be
Yeah.
mad, but it's not someone who's going up to someone questioning them about something sketchy that they're potentially doing. You cut through
we weren't doing anything sketchy.
in this town. If someone's gonna drop off drugs, they go somewhere where no one's gonna be. No one's gonna be at Murphy's at night because Murphy's gas pumps do not operate after hours.
Okay, but
you
we
can't use
weren't-
a credit card
We
after hours.
weren't dropping off drugs.
Yes, of course we weren't. Obviously, you're not hearing me. She's not our friend. She doesn't know who we are. She sees a group of people at fucking 2 in the morning, whatever time, 3 or 4 in the morning, going to Murphy's, a place that is not going to be open this time of night and not serving gas anymore, or they're alone in a car. What do you? I mean, there's all kind of the times I've been pulled over going to businesses where after hours when they thought I was doing a drug deal.
Ask me if I have drugs in my car. They asked that the people. That
Maybe
have
she
drugs in
saw
their
you
cars
and got
all
a
the time.
vibe off of you and was like, "These guys aren't drug dealers." That's probably what happened.
Then
But she doesn't know that from far away because she can't see us from
and
far
if
away.
she knew that about Murphy's, why would she say get your gas and get out of here? Why wouldn't she just tell us the pumps don't
She
work?
probably just knew that you guys were gonna figure out that the pumps don't work. She doesn't have time to sit there and
Okay,
say the
whatever.
pumps don't work. She's just leaving.
Okay. Yeah, she had time to sit there. and
After
bother us
watching you
about
guys
us.
commit a crime, or you commit a crime.
Okay, then prosecute me about the crime. Don't try to implicate me on other shit.
She did. She asked you what were you doing at Verizon, and you said you
And
literally
she
said what
didn't-
you're doing.
She didn't convict me on it. So that says to me she didn't care about that.
Yeah, she didn't care. She had
She
to
just
check.
seemed to be in our business for no reason other than like,
No
oh, I
reason.
pulled through
No
Verizon.
reason?
And she asked us questions that didn't have anything to do with Verizon except for the first one.
All of the questions were good questions.
Not really.
She doesn't know why you're at Murphy's, a place that's not. There's no business there. It's 4
But
in the
in
morning.
her mind,
And that night, you're
in
talking
her
about a lady who
mind-
had to go figure out what happened at a fight at Waffle House, literally fucking 100 yards away. Then she sees you go cut through traffic, do it through traffic, run a through traffic sign when you're not supposed to at
wasn't
4 in the
through a
morning.
traffic sign.
A through traffic, no through
Oh,
traffic.
I get you. what you're
A
saying.
no through traffic sign, and then you go to a place that's out of business, 4 in the morning, no one's there, it's dark, there's no lights on. Like she did everything by the book. She sees some weird, suspicious activity.
I mean, she.
We
Objectively,
weren't doing anything illegal.
objectively,
Of course we
she
weren't doing
got
anything
the
illegal
job
going
done.
there.
But
Yes.
what I'm arguing is there's a better way to handle that situation.
If you're a
And
cop,
she
if you're
didn't
a
handle
cop,
it.
if you're a cop, and
And
it's
at
4 in the
the
morning and
time-
nothing's going on, you follow whatever weird thing happens. She saw a
At
weird
the
thing.
time,
That's all that happened.
at the time, like you had said that they have a chip on their shoulders right now, right? That they're going through a lot, so they're like obviously more on the defense. But my argument to you was, if they're on the defense, why not just be nicer to their community? You know what I mean? They're in a bad light anyway right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a way to shatter
that's
that is
you
to be
saying
kinder
that.
to
That's-
your
that's you-
community.
That's what you would hope, but
Mhm.
that's not how people
Plus,
are.
I just feel like they don't have the proper training to handle those kinds of situations.
Yeah, well, that's just a whole
She's
nother
coming-
argument. That's a whole
she's
nother
coming
argument. She
at
did
it-
everything
She's
right.
coming at hostily, and if you come at people
Wasn't
hostily, it was
Hostily would've-
hostily.
She didn't get out of the car.
If you come at people looking for a conflict, trying to start a conflict,
if
you're
she
going
was
to
starting
get
a conflict,
a
she would have
negative.
got out and had her
you're-
hand on her gun or taser,
You're
waiting.
going to
like,
get a
waiting to mess with you.
negative reaction from people. Anybody who works with people can tell you that. If you come
Well,
at
what
people,
happened that night? What was the negative reaction?
we had self-control over ourselves.
Yeah, and so did she. She didn't even get out of the car. She questioned you from the car. She didn't think you were a threat, so she left.
Didn't she? She blocked us in. She thought we were going to run.
She's trying to talk to you. She gonna be pulling next to you when you were still trying to figure out how
Okay,
to park
but what
right?
would she have done if we pulled in the Waffle House? What would she have done if we
She probably
went
would've
all the way
parked
back
next
to your
to us.
house? What would we, what like I don't
She
feel
would've done the same
comfortable
thing. She
with
still
somebody
would've followed
pulling
you.
up on me like that. You
She's
know
a
what I mean?
cop. Her job is to watch. You committed a crime.
Okay, then turn your lights on and pull me over where people can see us.
It was down the road. She was really far away, and you stopped before she could need to pull
I've
you over.
seen cops pull you over from a distance before. They can flip their lights on and actually pull you over. If they
You
have-
weren't speeding. You weren't trying to get away. There was nothing crazy happening. She didn't need to. Cops aren't gonna do any crazy shit if they don't have to do it. They followed
I've
me to
seen
my
cops
house.
do it
They
before.
followed me to my house when I left the college. You know the little tiny stop sign
Yeah.
in the main parking lot? I ran that stop sign when I was on my moped. I got all the way home. They followed me into my driveway. They never cut on the blue lights. It wasn't worth it. There was a lot of
But
traffic.
you were on a moped. We were in a car.
So?
They could have stopped you easily if they wanted to. You
of
know what I
course
mean?
they could have. They didn't
But-
need
but-
to.
But my point is, she already
knew I
blocked
wasn't
us
running.
in a place that wasn't well view of anybody else, and
It
it
was
just
on the highway.
I mean, it's not in a really good view of people. It was a yeah. It doesn't make
Yeah,
me
for
feel
us that's
comfortable.
weird, not the cop. Cop's job is to sit in hot, scary spots and watch crime happen. What?
She wasn't just sitting
Yeah, she followed us. She
That's
blocked
what I'm
us in.
saying.
about getting gas.
Yeah. It's not.
It's not weird for a cop to follow people into a dark
Look,
place
it's-
and
it's
question
not-
them. It's
we're not-
weird for us, people at 4 in the morning, to go to a gas station that cop knows is not in service after she watched
She
us run a
didn't
sign.
know though.
Of course she
She
didn't know.
said that. She said, "Get your gas and get out of there."
Gas station that she would know wasn't operating after hours,
Yes.
and now you're saying, of course she didn't know. Does she she know or doesn't she?
Of course she doesn't. Of course she knows that the gas station isn't functional, but she doesn't know what we're doing there. To
Then
her,
why did
we
she
she has
tell
no
us to
clue
get
what
our
we're doing.
gas and get out of there? Because if she was really looking out for our best interests, she would have told us,
I don't
hey,
think
this
she cared
gas
about our best
station.
interest. She just
She
wanted
would
to
have
know
been
what we were
like,
up
hey,
to.
this gas station isn't working. If she really cared about what we were up to.
Wow, I didn't know
wanted
Charlie
what we
was
were
a
doing.
fucking bootlicker.
Exactly.
You weren't there, Kayla. It just, I feel like they're just over
Exactly,
exaggerating
exactly.
a situation.
Completely correct.
Charlie isn't a bootlicker. It's this new narrative that all cops are bad. Exactly.
It's not that
Any
all
tips
cops
on
are
helping
bad.
my
I
cock
don't.
that has been?
I don't
starting
think
from
all
the past?
cops are bad.
I'm not saying that's what you guys think. I'm
Yeah.
just that's what he's saying.
Well, no, but like, to,
That's
to
not what
address-
he's saying.
to
He's
a-
just addressing. That
Oh
is
yeah,
what I
but to address that narrative, I don't think all cops are bad. I work
Of
with
course.
cops on a daily basis
Yeah.
at my job. I think cops are great. I think we need cops. I think they need better training and better funding. But I just don't like the way that this cop handled this particular
Some
situation.
people just aren't all smiley and nice,
And
and
I-
especially a lot of cops,
Okay,
especially
but
at
maybe
4
they
in the
need
morning
more of
when she's
that.
witnessed you run a sign.
I'm just saying if we had more of that, I feel like people would be less confrontational towards cops. That what we saw, what we experienced, is part of the problem.
I guess. I
You
think
go-
the problem. I think the problem is cops beating people up without
Well,
any
that's
reason
true,
to
but
do it.
there's steps that happen before it gets to there, and that's like there's signs. It's not just one day you're patrolling and everything's fine, and the next day you're beating somebody and stepping on somebody's neck until they can't breathe anymore.
Okay, I'm going to tell the story how I saw it. Okay,
Okay,
I want
then
you to
you
tell
do
me
it.
if it
You
didn't
do it.
happen. I want to
Go
tell you.
ahead.
I don't want you to say, "Well, this also
I'm not
happened."
going to interrupt you.
Okay, I
I'm
don't.
not
I don't
you.
mean. I don't
Go
mean to
ahead.
interrupt. I want you to tell me if I'm telling the truth of what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So we go through the Verizon, where what you're supposed to do is go around Verizon, go to the light, wait for the light, go down the highway, and then we'd end up at Waffle House or the gas station. We were going to a gas station. Instead, Creighton cuts through Verizon, going through, passing a no through traffic sign, which you're not supposed to do. That is illegal. Then we go. How far is Verizon to Murphy's? 300 yards.
It's a little bit more than that. but
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe 400. Not very far at all.
It's
400
past
yards
the
away.
gym and all that, so it's
Yeah.
probably more about like maybe half a mile.
Half a mile?
Half
That's
a
like a
mile.
quarter mile. My
I mean,
home is
whatever,
my home is
whatever,
3/10
whatever,
of a mile
whatever,
from the gym
whatever.
from
It's
here.
not a mile,
Okay,
but it's
okay.
not less
I'm just
than a mile.
saying you can hit a golf
Go
ball
ahead,
to
go
it.
ahead, go ahead.
Anyway, about 400 or 500 yards away. It's very close.
It's about a football field, maybe.
That's 100 yards.
Okay, whatever.
Okay,
Go
then
ahead,
it's
go ahead, go
100 yards away. So 354 yards exactly. Okay, thank you, Nick. We get out of Verizon. We go to the Murphys. That's where the cop pulls in and blocks the
us
car.
in, Yeah.
She says, "What did you guys do at Verizon?"
And she
Creighton
what
said-
were you doing?
What were we
you-
doing-
What were you doing?
What were you doing at Verizon? Creighton says we were going through Verizon to avoid the light.
I was honest with her.
Yes,
Up
he was
front.
honest with her. Up front, he was honest. She said, "Okay, what are you doing here?"
Getting gas.
Getting gas.
Where you guys coming from?
Where are you coming from? My house.
She said, "Get your gas and get out of here."
Get your gas and get out of here. And then she left. Right?
Yeah, but she was.
Now, okay. Now hold
Go
on.
ahead. Go ahead.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
She apparently, according to you guys, she seemed to have an attitude. Whatever. She didn't get out of her car. She didn't cut her blue lights on. To anybody in chat, what is your opinion on that situation
Now,
in terms of how
to
it
be
played
fair,
out?
You are telling it a little bit toned down in regards to like the tone of voice that she is using.
That's what I'm saying. Aside from maybe a
It's
chip on her
like-
shoulder,
It's like sending it like in a
the
text.
acts,
You know what I mean?
the
It's very
acts-
monotone.
Yes, the acts that she did. I'm not saying anything about the tone or about what she said, how she said it. In terms of what she did, she didn't do anything
right
out of what you're supposed to do in that situation.
Right, and
She doesn't know why we're there. She doesn't know where we're coming from. She doesn't know why we just committed
I
a
don't-
very obviously it's not fucking robbing a bank, but we did commit a crime in front of her.
I don't have a problem with the way with what she did.
But when
I
you
have a
argue it, you
problem-
do. You're upset
I
that
have
she
a
even stopped you and
problem.
asked.
I have a problem with
That's a big
the
part of your
tone,
argument.
and I have a problem with like the way she did it. I don't have a problem with necessarily the actions that were taken to get to where we were. I have a problem with like the tone,
With our actions, yes.
the
But what about her
attitude,
actions?
and the way that
what about
she
her
asked.
actions?
Her actions, objectively, is what she's supposed to do. But the way she asked, the attitude she had, it's like she was coming at
Well,
it
big
like
part of
when
my
she was
problem with all
picking a
this-
fight.
A
And-
big problem with my part of this whole argument. I get that to you guys she sounded hostile. To me, she didn't sound hostile. The thing that was pissing me off the most is that you guys acted like she had no business being there talking to us. That's
I
what's been
don't-
pissing me off the whole time because you keep saying, and you can go back and figure it out, watch this and hear yourself say it. You said she had no business. That was your words earlier. You said she had no business pulling us
She
over.
had no business asking the things that she asked, other than the thing about Verizon.
That's what you're saying
Other
now.
than the thing that had to do with the crime that happened.
That's not true. If she's following us into Murphy's, a place she knows is not in business at
But
that
she
moment.
didn't know. That's
She
the thing.
definitely
She
knew.
did not. She said, "Get your gas and get out of here" at the end of that conversation, which
Because
implies
she was just
that
trying to
she
say something
didn't.
to leave, Creighton.
Look, if she was really trying to like get out of there, and after she realized that we're not the criminals or whatever she's looking for,
Mm-hmm.
she should have been like, "Oh, hey," if she really knew, "Hey, this gas station doesn't work after they close. You should probably go down to Crinco or up to Citgo or whatever." You know what I mean? It's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't. She was such like a hostile and rude person to us for no reason.
Well, I think
Like,
hostile and rude to you is just not what
in
hostile
her
and rude
tone,
really is.
in her tone, and the way that she asked her questions. I don't think you have a very good perspective on this, because you don't pick up on people when they're rude to you. You
I
just
only
kinda-
pick up on people when they're rude to me. I
you
deal with
do
hostile,
not.
mean
You
people
do
to me.
not.
Bro, I pass people. I take $500 from people every night and give it to someone else.
That's
I'm
obviously
constantly
people
yelled
being
at.
rude to you. Then I'm talking about on subtle social hints, like
I've been
when
pulled
you're
over by
not
the cops
taking money
4
from people.
times. I've had cops walk into a poker game while I was dealing and arrest everybody. I've dealt with hostile cops before. This is not a hostile cop. This is you guys not having to deal with hostile cops, dealing with someone who's kind of mean to you. That's what happened.
Okay,
I've had
so
ARs
she
drawn
still
on
shouldn't have
me.
been mean to us. Regardless, she shouldn't have been like an asshole to us when the only crime she had was us pulling through Verizon to avoid a light.
And she asked one question about it and then just dropped it.
Yeah, she asked one question about it and just dropped it.
And
The
then
re-
asked another
everything-
question. Why are you
everything-
guys at this gas station? that isn't
Everything
on?
else was her attempt to try and implicate us on something else. And I don't want to feel like I'm
What
getting
else?
gone after.
What else would she implicate you on?
She's asking what we're doing at a place, and you just said people go to that place to drop off drugs or whatever. Places
No, no,
where
no.
people aren't.
Not that place specifically.
No,
I
no,
don't
but
know
places
that. What
where
I'm saying
people
is
aren't.
it's a kind of place
what
that no one should be at that
That's
time
what
of
I'm
night.
saying. We're saying the same thing.
It looks shady.
That's what-
It looks weird. Is what
Okay,
I'm
then
saying.
ask
Gas
at B.
station, there's no comprehensible sign posted that it's not going to be open after certain hours.
Yeah, there's nothing on
The
there.
open sign isn't on. All the
Okay,
lights
the
are
open signs are off at gas stations all the time, and you can still pull up and like use your card and get
off. Obviously,
gas.
it wasn't a crime being there, but in her eyes, it looks weird after we just did a thing. It's 4 a.m. She's a cop. What else is she doing? All they do is make the rounds. She's just patrolling.
Okay,
and she
then be
saw something
nicer when you're
happen.
patrolling. Look, I don't have a
I
problem.
don't care about
I
what you
don't-
consider
I don't
nice. That's what this
necessarily-
argument has become.
The only reason I have a problem with her asking that shit is because she was rude as hell asking it. If she was nicer about it, I
So if
wouldn't.
a cop, okay.
If she was
okay,
nicer
okay.
about it, I wouldn't
Okay,
have had a
I'm
problem
gonna extend
with
an
her
olive branch.
being in
I'm gonna
there.
extend an
Okay.
olive branch. Objectively, that's how that situation went, right? You're
Yes,
upset because
yes.
she was like hateful, she was mean
Yeah.
in a situation where sure, we obviously weren't doing anything illegal at the gas station,
Yeah.
but to her it seems like we might have, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
You're saying you don't like that she was mean, not knowing going into the situation what the situation was going to be, right?
Mhm.
So if the cops call and say, "Hey, somebody just started beating their wife on the side of the road." Hold
This is
on.
an extreme situation.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Hold on. I'm not done. And they pull up and they don't know who it was. Are they just supposed to pull up to 15 people and just be ready to shoot everybody? Or they need to ask questions? Are they going to be like, "Hey, who was beating their wife?" Are they supposed to be nice? They're
Well,
supposed to have control of a
Let me
situation.
tell you how they handle it.
They
when
don't know who
come
we
in.
are.
Let
They
me
don't know how
tell
nice we
let me
are. And
tell
you weren't look, hold on real fast. Last thing. When she asked you, you weren't like, "Oh, we're just, coming from," you were like, "We came from his house." I mean, it wasn't like you were being cheery and nice yourself.
because she
that
had
was- she was
already not been
mirroring.
cheery and nice.
Well,
to
is
us.
every cop supposed to come up to every person they don't know and be like,
Well,
"So,
look,
how's
I'm not,
everything
I'm
going?"
not saying be cheery and nice, but I'm saying be better to the person that you're asking the questions to than what you were doing. Now, let me give you an example. I work, whenever people come in because of whatever they call for.
Charlie, drug lord, Cannon.
Whenever they call people at Food Lion for shit like that going down, they'll come in and be like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm saying,
it's not
Chris.
like happy and cheery, but she could have just rolled up and been like, "Hey, I saw you like pull through Verizon, like
To me,
what's
that's
going on?
what it
Is
sounded
everything
like.
okay?" Like, it's
To
not.
me, that's
not
what her
it
voice
sounded like
sounded
to us.
I'm sure that's not what it sounded like to you guys, but I'm just saying, I deal with a lot of mean assholes all the time.
I'm not
And I know
saying
you
she
do
was-
too,
I'm
but
not
the ones
saying-
you're dealing with are at Food Lion,
Yeah.
not getting their
Well,
cheeses the
look,
way they
look,
want to get
I'm
them.
not saying that she was like the rudest cop ever. I'm just saying she was really rude for no reason given the context of that situation.
Well,
She
given-
could have been
that's-
nicer.
that's-
She
see,
could have
every
been
time you say
uglier.
that, every
But
time you say that, that's what pisses me off. Because with the context of the situation, she had no reason to be nice.
she had no reason to be mean.
She could have written you a ticket.
She
didn't know
could
how you
have,
were
but
gonna
she
act.
didn't. If she was
Yeah,
coming
she
at
was
us,
cool.
if she was coming at us to write us a ticket, then write the ticket.
She's probably seeing if you guys were gonna be assholes or not, and you
We
weren't. So she
but
didn't
she
give you a
baited
ticket.
us to. She tried her hardest to bait us to.
Yeah. So they have quotas to fill. They have to write a certain amount of tickets.
Okay, but still, don't be an asshole. Look, that's what's fucked up about the system. If you have a quota to fill, then you're going to be an asshole
not
to meet
her
that
fault.
quota.
I know, but that's not her fault.
Okay,
And she wasn't.
Well, then fix your system. Like, damn, that's fucked up.
That's not up to her. She can't fix the system.
How?
She's a
Any-
grunt. How? What do you mean how? You fix taxes. She's not part of the system. She's an employee of the system. You're an
Okay.
employee of Food Lion. I
Okay.
don't like the price of the Cheez-Its. Fix it. I'm mad at you now. You're the person
There
I'm
are
mad
steps.
at for the Cheez-Its.
There are steps. That happens all the time.
Yeah,
but
I know.
But there are steps that we can take to do that. I can waive a price for somebody. You know what I mean? If I really have
understand.
to.
I understand, but you can't do it for everybody.
I can't do it for everybody, but I can take steps to making that happen for everybody. I can make calls to corporate. I can interact with my manager. I can talk to our district supervisor or district manager, whatever the proper term is. You know what I mean? I can make change. It just might not happen right then and there, but it does happen eventually if there is something so far wrong that it needs to be corrected. But there's nothing there that needs to necessarily be corrected. We have great sales all the time. People don't always get the way they like, but we
Okay,
fix
okay,
it for people.
You're overanalyzing
No, I am,
the Food
I
Lion
am,
analogy.
I am. But like what I'm saying is, there are steps that she can take if it's really that what it is. Which I'm not sure about the quota thing. Is that true? Do
Yeah,
we know that for
they,
sure?
They do definitely have quotas they have to fill.
How do you know?
'Cause
What's
I
your
have
source?
friends who are cops. They go
Okay,
to poker games
what-
and talk about it.
What departments were they with?
I can't say that.
No, I mean like what section? Are we
I
talking about
can't-
county? Are we talking about city? Are we
can't say
talking about
that.
state?
Can't say any of that.
That's not even a specific department. It's just like what are you talking about as far as like who needs to meet a quota? What like you know?
All cops have quotas to meet in patrolling, doing stuff, because otherwise there's no understanding of. You'd have to comb over hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of footage to see if they've like just been lucky and not seen any crime or any little tiny violation. Because statistically, it makes sense with populations based on certain areas that people are going to run signs, run lights, go over the speed limit, go under the speed limit. So they have quotas they have to fill because they have to do their due diligence to understand the statistics. Have quotas,
know.
but mostly speed. Exactly, not just arrests.
I
And
mean,
exactly. Yeah, there's not like you don't have to arrest a
it's
bunch of people,
definitely.
but it's in terms of speeding and certain things. There's statistical inevitabilities.
But I
they
mean,
have
do
to
we
watch
know
those.
for sure though? You know what I mean?
I do know for sure that yes.
I mean, you're having your what? I mean, like you're having your cop friends tell you, but what if they're just fucking with you?
they're talking with me and a judge that I know about it, and the judge backs this up. He tells us when we have questions about laws and shit.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, look it up.
I'll
look it up.
I just don't know. I mean, like this, even if it's like meeting quotas, that's super fucked up.
Yeah,
as
it's
far
super
as
fucked
far as like,
I'm not saying anything about it not being fucked up. I'm simply telling you what is true. That
okay,
is true.
and that still doesn't justify her being rude as hell to us.
Again, this all comes down to what is rude, and to you guys, she was rude.
Fucking tone was rude.
Yeah, her tone was awful.
You tell the tone of my voice 'cause I'm pretty fucking pissed off.
Yeah, it's pissed off, but is it rude? You're not being rude. You're just being upset. There's a difference. There's a difference between being upset, being rude, you don't know what she's been through. You don't know what if she just got a call saying that her friend got shot at, or that somebody she knows has to deal with a crackhead all of a sudden. Like, you don't know what's in her head, and all she's doing is pulling you guys over, asking about a ticket, or not a ticket, about going through a sign that she can give you a ticket for, and she technically,
Well-
deservedly, should have given you a ticket for.
Well, and on the other side of that, if there is a quota, why didn't she just give me a ticket for the sign then to
She might-
help her
may-
get to that quota?
Maybe she filled her quota. Maybe she had somewhere else she had to be, but she just followed you
I
first to
didn't
check
hear
in.
no radio go off. You know what I mean?
How
While
can
we
you
were
hear
sitting-
the radio? She's
It's
20
loud
feet
as
away.
fuck. She was not 20 feet away. She was right next to the car.
She was in front of the car.
She was 20 feet away to you, maybe, but like. She
Oh,
was,
so right next to you and me, that's way less than 20
do
feet.
you not
We're
know
2
where
feet
you were
apart.
sitting at in the car? You were in the back corner, opposite of me, and she's parked
Craig,
probably
we're 2
like
feet
on-
from each other.
probably lined
Don't
up.
say
next
that
to
like
the
we're in a
bump.
limo.
No, but what I'm saying, there's no way it was 20 feet away.
You don't know if she was on the radio before. Hold on. This is all semantics. This is all semantics.
Yeah.
This is all semantics now. Hold on. This is all semantics. If she got a call on the radio, she could have got it 2 minutes earlier, but she was following up on you first. We don't have any. What I'm saying is, all this,
Thank you.
What?
Regardless of what's in her head, just as a common human courtesy, treat someone in a way that they would want to be treated.
Yes, sure.
Exactly.
Again, you don't know what she's going through at 4 in the morning on a normal
it doesn't
night.
fucking matter.
It
I
doesn't
go
matter.
through shit all
If
the
your
time
mom
at
died
work.
right now, if your grandma called and said, "Hey, your mom's dead," and I said, "Creighton, forget about that. Let's go to the store." Are you just gonna be nice to me and be like, "Charlie, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go see about my mom." You don't
I
know
might
what
be
she's
nice to you. I don't know. You piss me off sometimes.
Creighton.
I'm being serious. I might be nice
You know
to you.
what
I
I'm
might be an
talking
asshole to
about.
you.
I don't mean nice or
but it doesn't matter.
You're being too
You're
binary. You're
on
being too black
duty.
and white about
You're
it.
on duty. It can have an impact on your mood for sure, but it's like I tell people who come to work all the time. You shouldn't let shit that's going on outside of work affect your performance in work. I know it happens. I know it's hard to do, but you should strive not to
And
do
you
that.
you think that is a total? There's nothing that can happen that should affect your work. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You're saying nothing can happen that could.
I'm not saying nothing can happen. I'm saying you shouldn't let it because it can be in bad.
Yes, of course.
Just
it
like
can,
this whole
but you don't
thing
think
that
there's any
happened with
exceptions?
us.
Yeah, obviously, but you don't think there can be any exceptions to that?
No,
And that maybe-
if it's bad enough that it's affecting your work, I feel like you should just go home.
I would have let that lady. If I was the one driving and the one who had to get that ticket, and that lady said, "Hey, I'm gonna call you a little bitch, but not give you a ticket." Is that
you
cool?
would have kissed her boots.
Yeah,
because
I
that's
don't
what
want
you're
the
doing.
ticket. Yeah, because I don't want a ticket. I'd do that if I didn't want a ticket. I mean, she didn't
Even no matter
write you a
how she
ticket.
treats you, no matter how she treats you,
If
you would
it
still be on her
avoids me
side.
having to go into court and pay a ticket,
No,
yeah.
that's stupid. It shouldn't be like that. No, yeah.
Oh my God, you know what I'm saying?
You
I don't
need
mean
it-
literally. I would
No,
get
no.
on the ground and kiss her, but what I'm saying is,
No, but what if
if
she
she's
like
just
put
being
her
a little
boot up
rude-
on the window? and
Creighton,
was
this is
like, "Kiss it."
semantics. Do you know what semantics means?
Yes, it's little, but it's important.
What I'm saying is, no, sounds.
No, but I mean it's a little detail, but it's important that like
I don't
you
mean I
should
would
be
literally
able to-
bow down
no,
to her.
no,
Hold
but
on.
I
I don't mean
mean,
I literally bow down or kiss her.
you
boots.
should
I'm
have
saying
enough
that
self-esteem.
If someone's a little upset or dealing with
You
something,
should have
that lets
enough
you off,
self-esteem in yourself to want to be treated like an actual person by somebody.
to the people I care about, I am. I don't give a fuck about people I don't know. They can treat
I
me
give
however
a
they
fuck
want.
about people I don't know. Like,
I mean,
you know?
I treat people nice. I don't treat people like I don't want to be treated. But I don't care if someone's having a bad day. We don't live in other people's shoes. We don't know what they're going through when we cross paths with them. Their whole life. Let's say you're 24.
Well, that
You meet
doesn't-
somebody that was born the same day as you, and you never meet until you turn 25, the day you're 25, and you have a great life, and they have a shitty life, and everything sucks, and their birthday's the worst day of the year because no one remembers. They're having a shitty day. They spill their coffee, and you bump into them, and you're having a good day, and they're mean to you. You're gonna be upset. I mean, it's a different situation. You're not dealing with
it
the
is,
same
but it
person
makes a
as you
difference
are.
when they're the one that's supposed to be upholding law and they're the one with the gun.
No, it doesn't. Not
It
in this-
does. You want somebody that's like mentally unstable or somebody that's like having a bad day, like it's on a bad temper, holding a gun and supposed to be upholding the law for people?
So you're saying that every cop should just never be
no,
able to.
that's
hold on.
not what I'm saying.
What was I gonna say? You didn't let
you're
me say what I
saying
was
you're
gonna
saying
say.
every cop should never be able to let their personal lives affect how they work.
Yeah, you're saying that.
No, I'm not saying that.
You're saying
I'm
the opposite of
saying
that? What I'm
that they
saying
should
is-
have a better way to process that so it doesn't affect the way that they work. I'm saying they should be trained in a way where that doesn't, or they should be having
yes,
better
obviously,
outlets
that's
to handle that.
semantics. That's semantics
But-
based on what we want the police
But
force to look
but
like. That's not what I'm talking about.
obviously, like that's not the case with her.
Obviously, but I wasn't
If
worried
that's
about that
what
lady.
it is,
I wasn't
if
worried
that's
about
what
that
it
lady having
is.
a gun. That lady having a gun doesn't scare me. She seemed very.
It should scare you
Why
because
should that scare me?
what if we were black? What if we actually had something in the car and like instead of going about the right way, she pulls a gun on us and shoots us?
But did that make you? Did
What it-
anything she
you know what
do
I
make
mean?
you think she would do that? Really?
I don't know.
That
It's
lady.
It's a slippery slope, Charlie. It's a slippery slope. And
That
it,
lady.
it frightens me. Yes.
I've met.
If we'd have said anything out of the way to her, she would have got out of her car.
Yeah.
100%.
Maybe got out of the car, but she would have realized pretty quickly we weren't doing anything.
We can't
Yeah.
move it straight
Yeah.
to a fucking gun.
Or a taser, or a baton, or a mag light. Which a mag light's fine. I'm not afraid of mag light, but it's bright as hell and it's bad for your retinas. My point is, there's a lot of shit that she can just grab and fucking like whip out, and we're supposed to be the ones like, oh yeah, like let her be mean to us because she might fucking shoot us or she might arrest us.
You don't have an attitude with her for no reason. She's doing
No,
her job.
no, I'm just
Again,
saying-
Objectively, she
I'm
did
just
everything
saying.
right.
I'm just saying she's poking a fight because she can.
She wasn't poking a fight. That
She was
wasn't her
poking a
being-
fight. She was poking a fight because she can, and we were. If we hadn't
Isn't it
just
possible
rolled
as a
over,
human being, though?
if we hadn't
That's
just
impossible.
rolled over Charlie, she would have fucking done something. We would have been held up there, probably having them search our car, probably having to sit there and watch them search our car. And when they didn't find anything, it would just be, oh well, you're good to go. Sorry, we just wasted a half hour of your time and potentially giving you a ticket for literally just you not answering any
The
questions.
whole interaction was like 45 seconds.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying because I gave her everything she wanted to know.
Yeah.
But she was still rude as fuck to us.
Kieran, I just read the thing that ends with, you don't have to be fakely nice, but you can't just be a cunt. I agree. We'll never be able to get to the bottom of this as like a community because you guys didn't witness how she acted. So, like, I don't know. I guess I just deal with a lot, way more negative people than I think, because this lady seemed very just normal to me. She didn't seem negative. She didn't seem like she had an
But
attitude.
you don't pick up on that shit. Good.
Bro, it's my job to.
Not really. I mean, like
You don't-
it's very obvious to you because you're taking people's money or you're giving them money. It's like a switch. You can tell if somebody's happy because you're like, here's your money, here's my
Yeah,
money.
but I also go out
You
in
know
the
what I
world
mean?
and deal with people, and I go to the gym and I
You're
deal with
very
people.
bad at it.
I'm very bad at what?
You're very bad at interacting with people.
I am?
You're good at talking to people and having a good time with people, but you suck at like picking up on when people are upset at you or picking up when people are mad at you. Other than me, because I fucking tell you.
A lot of people tell me. Most of the people in my life tell me outright. That's why I just don't.
But what about the people that don't? You can't just tell when
I
somebody's
don't know
upset?
a lot of people, and the people. I mean,
Exactly. That's what we're trying to tell you.
what I'm saying is I don't know a lot of people that.
So many goddamn people in a day. I know when they come in, they immediately have an attitude for no fucking reason towards someone that they don't know. That's exactly what the fuck happened with that lady. Exactly what happened.
So you guys want everyone to walk around smiley and nice to everyone all the time.
No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying just handle yourself better.
There was no need. She could have been monotone as fuck.
Okay, I mean it's 2 against 1. I mean I no one else was there except for Parker, and he is on your guys' side in terms of her having an attitude. He wasn't paying as much attention, but he said the little piece he saw, she seemed like an attitude.
Thank you.
I guess I'm just wrong.
Listen to this. In
We're
this
saying
instance,
just
I
act
highly
professional.
doubt that something bad happened to this lady prior. This is something I've seen across the world happen many times to people, myself and kids, that some cops act above others because they're a cop in a position of power.
Yes.
And then in the exact same situation, other cops treating you with the right courtesy. Exactly. So, I mean, there's a way to go about that situation where you're courteous, where you treat the person like an actual human being, instead of just being like, oh, I have the gun, so you have to answer all my questions.
If she literally would have asked the questions in a different tone,
It wouldn't have been anything. It would have been like,
It
oh.
wasn't anything anyway.
I mean, it wasn't, but like it kind of was. You know what I mean? Like it's very uncomforting, I would say, to me.
questions weren't the problem.
The problem was the
she asked
tone.
the question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
I
tone,
knew.
the
I guess
attitude.
it's a perception thing. 'Cause I knew we weren't doing anything that was
I
going to
knew
get us
too.
in trouble
I
or
knew
hurt.
too. But,
So I
but-
guess when I heard her speak, I wasn't under the. I wasn't worried about anything.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm sure
look,
that's a big
I wasn't
part of it.
worried about us getting in trouble, but my problem is they roll up and act like you've done something wrong, and to an extent I had, but it wasn't like I'm going to jail forever for it. She rolled up, had an attitude like I was fucking carrying, and I was getting ready to be like slammed on the hood and arrested. You know what I mean? That's the attitude that came off to me, and it shouldn't be like that. Just for fucking pulling through a no drive-through sign. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous.
Well, again, that's not the only
And
reason.
I've had cops come up to me with traffic violations, and it's more like, hey, yeah, you did a dumb thing. Here's your ticket. Have a nice day. You know what I mean? It's a problem of courtesy and just treating people, you know, at least like they're a human. You're not subhuman just because you run a stoplight or because you go through a no through sign.
I don't think she was. Again, okay, this is all based on our own dealings. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been pulled over because people thought that I was a thief in our neighborhood because I
did do
looked
something
like the same
wrong.
guy.
I did do something wrong. I acknowledge that. I
At
said
4
that.
a.m. Exactly. But
Yeah.
that's what me and Chris are saying is perceptually she had a reason to be semi.
It
She didn't have a
matter.
reason to be cheery and nice. She had a reason to be at the very least stern and like get to the point. And
She
she
wasn't
did.
stern.
She was very stern.
She was not. She
Stern
was
is negative.
rude.
Stern is negative. Stern is
not negative.
straightforward.
Stern is to the point, like no fucking
Was she
around.
not to the point? She was pretty to the point.
She was to the point, but she was an asshole about getting there.
Okay.
She was.
I think she was a lizard person. Person. What the fuck? Person.
That's how you
That's a
spell
fr-
lizard person.
Yeah, it's a lizard person. I don't know. Again, this was I mean, we'll never be able to like show everybody.
I hope we run into her just so that like we can talk.
I
to her.
have. I mean, she's been nice to me. I've met her. She's a friend
No,
of mine.
I'm talking about like
The cop?
Have you run into her?
Not since, but
But I'm talking
I've,
about
I've
since
known her.
this has happened. I want
No,
to run
not
into
since.
her.
Yeah, yeah.
And like us have a conversation about what happened. You know,
Mhm.
I'd be very interested to see her perspective on that.
Yeah, we just purposely we
Imagine-
wait for her to come down the
but-
road
but-
and then we run the
But
nose
that's
through
the thing
traffic
about it.
signs.
Like I don't like, and I want her to know like the way that it's affected us, so that way we can hear her take on it. You know what I mean? And like I said, it wouldn't be a big deal if it had gone like if it had been a little bit better tone and like honestly, I think what made it so heated for us is like you were automatically on her side. You know what I mean? And it like pissed everybody else off.
I mean, yeah, I'm usually like that. I usually
Yeah.
play devil's advocate. In this scenario, I wasn't playing devil's advocate. I was just laying out what
Yeah.
might have been happening
Yeah.
on her
And
side.
I feel like that's why it became such a big argument for us and for like
It was nuts in the car. Like
Yeah.
they were screaming.
oh yeah.
They were screaming at me.
Yeah.
They were very upset.
Yeah.
I had a gun pulled on me, and I wasn't as upset as Creighton is right now.
I would be upset if I
Yeah.
had a gun pulled on me. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, some people just deal with things different. Like, I guess the reason that I'm not apparently good at reading when people are mad at me is because I'm very straightforward when I'm upset with somebody. I say what upsets me because I don't get upset about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to hide it or it's dumb to hide being upset. I just say, hey, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like how you're acting.
People don't think about it like that. They'll send you like subtle signs and like carry certain tones with you and be like an asshole to you subtly just to kind of like get their way.
Are you saying me specifically or in
No,
general?
no. I'm saying like
In
you're
general.
looking at like you would tell people. I feel like this is how you see everybody is like that they would tell
No,
you
no,
that they're
no.
upset.
I'm saying that
And-
I guess
and
the
that's
reason
how
I don't
you-
pick up on it is
Oh,
because
yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I'm saying the same
I
thing.
agree.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. Yeah.
For me, I mean,
Um,
I'm very upfront with what is upsetting me. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna just let someone
there's-
steamroll
there's-
something about me.
There's
Like
people
I
out
can
there-
get over a little bit of something. If someone's being a little annoying, I can like let it go and see how it's gonna affect me. But pretty quickly, I'll get to the point where it's like, hey, you got
well,
to
I mean,
stop whatever it is you're
there's
doing.
people out there that aren't like that, though. You know what I mean?
I'm just surrounded by those people. That's been my
Yeah.
whole life. My dad's very much like that. My dad's very much like, hey, shut the fuck up. We're doing this. And then I'll say, hey, you shut the fuck up. I'm mad about this. And then we'll discuss it and figure it out. Same with Mike. Same with, I mean, I guess I'm just in that world. I'm in the world of people who don't like let you steamroll over them or like give subtle hints. Like everything needs to be to the point because we're wasting time.
Yeah.
But
get that.
again,
I
that's
get
that's
that.
just that's the
But
people
I
I'm
mean,
surrounded by.
like, yeah. If we had said that, yeah, exactly. She would have gotten access.
I get
we
again,
just went,
again.
we just got through it because, like, we didn't want it to be worse than what it was. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't want to sit there for like an hour or however long it would took if she called back up and like had our car searched. You know what I mean? Because like that's where that would have gone.
Yeah, I mean, we could have
Yeah.
gotten out, let her search it. There's a lot of things that happen before she has to call for backup. She has to ask for permission. We
Not
could have just said
much.
yes. I
She
mean,
doesn't have to ask for permission.
no, I'm saying she could have asked for permission, and we could have just said yes because we know nothing was going to go
Yeah,
wrong.
but I mean but
I didn't say
that's-
she had to. I was just
Oh,
saying.
oh, yeah,
I was
yeah.
saying she like, in order to call
But
backup, she has to have very
There's a
credible
lot of
threat.
ways it could have gone sideways. Very
Yeah, there's
very
a lot
fast.
of ways
Even though
anything
we
can go
didn't-
sideways.
Even though we weren't doing anything wrong.
Yeah, but there's a lot of ways that anything in life can go sideways. That's a
guess.
normal argument.
I guess, but no, I just mean like, I don't know. It felt very tense for no reason. And
She could have
she
given you a
fed-
ticket though. Yeah,
she
I mean,
fed that tenseness. I'm on your side. If she's gonna give me a ticket, give me a
There's
ticket.
definitely a lot of different people who live different lives talking about one situation, which
Yeah.
is
And
which is the base of my
this
like argument on it.
this
Is
situation isn't to say like all cops are bad. I'm
yeah,
just
I
saying
don't think it
I
is.
don't.
You
it-
never
yeah.
you've never made it seem like that.
Oh yeah, I think cops are a great thing. I think
Yeah.
we need cops. I think they need more funding and better training. I've
Yeah,
always
I agree.
said that. I still to this day believe that, regardless of any situation I've ever had with a cop. I just feel like that there are better steps that could have been taken to have handled the situation better. And like like you said, like I did something illegal. I'm fine with you giving me a ticket for that because that's the punishment I was dealt. or that's just my choice that I made to handle that situation. She didn't though, and that wasn't the focus. To me, at least, from that.
She asked you that, and she asked what you were doing there and where you
Yeah.
came from. That's all she
Yeah,
asked.
I
I
mean,
mean, it wasn't like
yeah.
she went down the third degree of who you were.
Yeah, I know. But
She asked
I mean,
some pretty
it's like-
straightforward questions, and then she left.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the only thing here that objectively no one's going to be able to agree or disagree
Is
with
the
anyone
tone.
is the tone of how she talked.
But I mean, 3 people are like, she had a shitty tone, and you're the one person that's like, no.
Yeah, and I mean, I just know that
Yeah,
I just
and
know
you're
that-
bad at picking up those cues.
Well, I've also dealt with a lot of bad police, and I've dealt with a lot of bad people, and I've dealt with a lot of like really tough, scary situations involving.
But I feel like
police
those
force.
people were like more. What's the word I'm looking for? More obviously bad. This is more of like a subtle, like I'm being an asshole, but not really bad. You know what I mean?
I mean, the cops when I got pulled over on my moped, when they thought that there was there was a guy in Forest Hills on a moped going around stealing shit. People caught him on their cameras.
She shouldn't have
And-
treated. Oh wait.
Here's the end of the story. She shouldn't have treated you badly regardless. She should have given you a ticket, but didn't. So see yourself as fortunate that she didn't continue implying her power over you by giving you a ticket. What's next? Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with
You know,
that.
the worst cop. I could think of worse than a cop kangaroo. Yeah, I mean, again, this is all. It all comes down to how we each perceived how she treated
Yeah.
us. When I got stopped by the police, it was 4 police officers. I got stopped by 4 police officers on my moped going into Forest Hills because a guy on a moped that night in a black hoodie, I was wearing a black hoodie, had been
Robbing people.
robbing people. And the 4 cops that pulled me over were very...
Hey, you told them about a knife in your bag, and they were like, "We're not worried about a knife." and
Yeah,
this
so
and
what
that.
happened was they pulled me over. 2 of them stayed behind me holding lights where I couldn't see them. The other 2 came up and were very aggressive. Not like pushing me, not grabbing me. They said, "Hey man, we need you to put it in park, put the kickstand down, take the key out, let us hold it." I was like, "Okay." Like I was like, "Here you go, whatever, I don't care." And I was just waiting. I sat there. They said, "Can we see ID?" I was like, "Here's my ID." They said, "Where are you coming from?" Blah blah blah. I was like, "I was just at the gym." They have cameras there. They said, "Can we see what's in your backpack?" I was like, "No problem." They found book 3 of Game of Thrones. They found a pocket knife. They found my wallet, and they found a pair of headphones.
That were yours.
They were mine.
That you hadn't stolen
Obviously,
from the
yes,
thing.
yes, obviously.
Or from that black kid you beat up the other day.
Oh my God. Yeah, sure. And after that, they were very nice and they were cordial, and then we left. But they were very aggressive and very mean in the beginning. But I mean, look, they're going into the situation thinking
Yeah,
we
but
got him.
I feel like that's.
So they're not gonna
I
just
feel like
walk up
that's
to a guy
a-
like that and be super
This
friendly
isn't
and
a
nice.
we got him situation. This is I saw you maybe doing something illegal, so I'm gonna. Act
Well, no,
like
she
we-
saw you
act like-
definitely do one
Well,
thing
no,
illegal.
no. But what I mean is, like, I saw you do something illegal, but I might see you do something.
That too. That is another thing. That's not all one thing. Those are 2 things. Both things make sense for her to check out.
But
she
what
saw
I-
you
what
do
I'm
one thing
saying-
for sure that was illegal, and then she
then she's
also another
impl-
reason she could be there is it's weird
She's
that they're
trying
going
to
there.
find out if we're doing other stuff.
Exactly.
But it's not weird to her that we're going there because she didn't know.
No, it's weird because she doesn't know.
What
She
do you
doesn't
mean?
know.
I mean, she doesn't know that the pumps don't work.
That's you guys assume that because of how
Yeah.
she said the thing at the end.
I just feel
She's
like
a
she
cop.
doesn't know.
She's a cop who runs patrol. She knows she can't get gas at Murphy. She's probably tried and failed, and if not, she's new. But she's not new. I
Well,
know
maybe
that.
that's why she's acting all rude and everything. It's because she's newer
Maybe, but I mean,
and she's on a
again,
different shift. and
again,
stuff.
again.
but
this
still,
all
that
keeps cutting
doesn't
back
justify,
to people
you
thinking
know,
she's rude or not, and
it
that's
just doesn't
just 3 against
justify
1
it
this
to
time.
me.
Charlie acting all innocently when he actually was the moped guy stealing shit. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a TV that I strapped like a backpack on.
I've heard
on
the
my
argument
moped.
that it's 4 a.m. though. I've been pulled at 3 and 4 a.m. before, and it wasn't like that at all. It was when I was
Yeah,
working.
you're
in
not
Casey.
generally dealing with
well,
super friendly people.
What
at
I'm
4
saying
a.m.
is,
as well.
what I'm saying is, like, I got pulled when I was working in Columbia at 4 a.m. working at Walmart, driving back and forth from lunch. I got
The time
pulled.
should matter, Kieran. That I've agreed with you on everything you said in like objectively, but
I don't agree with the time should matter. I mean, you're making an assumption based on what time of day it is. And
statistically,
gran-
yeah, most crime
granted,
happens at
it's
night.
justified, but you should still go into that situation, treating it as if it's 2 in the afternoon, as if it's like 3 in the morning or whatever time it is. You should go in that situation treating it like the person is innocent. That's in our that's in some Bill of Rights or something like that. I believe everyone's innocent until proven otherwise.
You're young and out at 4 a.m. with a group of people.
Time mattered. I could have got out of the
the same way she would have 9 to 5. It's her fucking job.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Well, Kieran,
so,
certain people work certain shifts in the police because they are the people that have to like deal with stressful
and
situations.
like the new guy always has like the worst shift. You know what I mean? But
well, not just that. Some people like some people are trained to deal with more stressful situations, and
Yeah.
those guys aren't gonna
But
be cheery and nice. If you're a
but-
SWAT guy, you're not gonna go into a fucking building that you're swatting
yeah,
into.
yeah. But,
But
that's
again, if
different.
you're
this
working
is just a
nights-
normal city cop.
It's a normal city cop at night. It's 4 a.m.
It
Again,
doesn't- that
all
doesn't- that
they
shouldn't
definitely
make
deal
a
with the
difference.
brunt
That
of
shouldn't
not
make a
only
difference.
that should definitely make a
It
difference.
should not make a difference.
You're dealing with more negative crime than anyone
okay,
else.
you're dealing with more negative crime, but you should still go into situations like this
What if
is
that
an innocent
situation-
person until
what if that
I've
same
proven otherwise
situation-
that it's not an innocent person. Because that's how cops are supposed to treat people.
Okay, you're gonna get mad at me for framing it this way, but it's because you keep saying things very blatantly like that.
Okay.
If you go into something, even if you know they're not innocent, you still have to prove it, right?
Yeah.
So you have to treat them like they're innocent.
Yes.
So if somebody, if you see somebody shoot somebody and you don't have your cam on, you have no proof of it, other than your word against theirs. You're supposed to treat them like they're innocent.
That's a different situation.
Like, of course it's a different
she
situation.
didn't see us shoot somebody. She saw us do a drive-through.
Creighton, I know. Stop for a second. You keep saying it's a different situation. That's what I'm saying.
But what I mean is, like, there's an obvious threat in that situation. We are not an obvious threat. There's nothing we have done to threaten her. There's nothing that we have done to be like, we have a gun. There's nothing to do that we've done that's like we have drugs. All we've done is pulled through a place that we're not supposed to pull through to beat a light. That's all. And she's
then
treating it.
immediately after that,
she's treating it.
and
like
then immediately after
we
that, pulled
have
into a place that people
drugs
aren't
in the
supposed to be
car.
going.
We have guns in the car.
That's not how she was treating it.
That's
That's how she was treating it.
definitely how
I've
she
been
was
treated by
treated.
those cops in situations where that was the case, and that's not how
and
that she
I've
was
been
treating it.
pulled at 4, 2 and 3, 4 in the morning before, and
For what, speeding?
so what it was, I was coming back to work, and I was on my phone doing something, and I just happened to swerve a little bit, and the cop whipped around and pulled me over to make sure I wasn't a drunk driver. But like he come up to the door, I didn't have my work uniform on either, and he asked what I was doing. And I was like, I've been like texting and stuff, and I just swerved a little bit, but I'm fine. I'm heading back to work. I've just got off my lunch. He said, okay, you're good to go. I'm sorry. Just be careful, be more careful when driving. That's it. He wasn't
Because you
rude.
didn't commit a crime.
He wasn't rude. He was. I did commit a crime. I was swerving. I was fishtailing. I didn't.
Was it so insane? You were all the way in the other lane or something?
It was
I mean,
obvious enough for him to
at
pull
what
me
point-
over.
Yes, pull over, but is that a straight up crime? Is that a thing? If you can you get a ticket saying
Yes,
was
you can get a
swerving with
ticket.
with nothing that was
Reckless,
messing you up?
reckless endangerment. Yeah. He could have gave me a ticket for that, but he was nice. He treated me with common courtesy.
What I'm
And
saying
and
is-
it
what
was
I'm saying
in
is
that,
how
it
hard were
was
you
in that
were you
area.
swerving a lot?
It was obvious enough. I don't remember. It was like 4 years ago, but it was obvious enough for him to pull me over. And on top of that, it's in an area where they said the police were like assholes anyway. And that cop was just as cool and as pleasant as any other person that you would interact with on the street. I'm just asking, why couldn't she be like that when she saw me do an obvious crime? You know what I mean?
Again,
that wasn't like
again,
a
this
crime
all
where-
keeps cutting back to like our opinions on how she acted.
But you see what I'm saying? Like I get what he's saying about the time thing. But I've been in that situation before and have been treated just the same way as I would if I would have been treated at 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon. At 3 in the morning, as the same as I would be treated at 8 in the morning. You know what I mean? It shouldn't matter what time it is. And I get where you're coming from. Well, more violent crimes happen.
Me too, Chris.
Go into that situation as as if you're expecting a violent crime to happen, but treat it as if the person's innocent until that violent crime has happened, or until you have a reason to suspect that this person.
I know you. I know you. Okay, we're friends. When I say what I'm about to say, listen. It's not me trying to say this about you.
Mm.
It's really not. I mean it. People who would listen to this conversation would hear it and be like, this guy was upset because this lady maybe sounded kind of mean to him when she could have given him a ticket. She didn't. The whole altercation was less than a minute. It really puts you in a bad light the way it sounds objectively, even if she was mean.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't care. That's how I feel
I understand that's how you feel about it. I'm just saying it's like you've made it a really big thing because
you
of this.
made it a big thing,
I didn't make it a
honestly,
big
because
thing.
we got in a big ass argument because of
I
what
made a
you
big
were
thing in the
arguing.
beginning because you kept saying there was no
Yeah.
reason for you to get pulled over. That's what I was upset about because there's a lot of reasons for you to get pulled over. In this
I'm
situation.
ready to move on, honestly, from it.
There's
but
two reasons. 2 reasons.
But I'm ready to move on from it. Honestly, I just feel like
I mean,
we
yeah,
keep
I've been-
circling back to
I
the
didn't.
same
I didn't
thing.
even feel. I didn't.
But
wanna
I
discuss
felt
it.
like that story about when I was getting pulled over in Casey was important.
Because
and it
one
was-
cop was nice one time, and because one
No,
cop
no, no,
wasn't
no,
super
but
nice.
Because like it's a difference in like the way they treated the situation, and because of like how they handled it. How one handled it very professionally, and one didn't. And I'm not saying that's.
That's every.
I'm saying
Never
the
mind.
more professional way should be the way that it should have been handled. It's just it's a relevant example.
None of you are wrong, but neither of you will come to the agreement. Exactly.
Guys, just make out and make
Bro,
out.
this won't go anywhere. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I keep trying. Just
But
make
yeah.
out and make up. Want to make out?
Yeah. But yeah. I just wanted to get through that this week before I forgot about it
Mhm.
because I had it in our notes.
Yeah.
That's the only huh? You're never gonna forget this. I'm not. I'll probably. Forget
Yeah,
about
this will
it.
definitely be a thing I remember for the rest of my like this the way this
just the
story.
argument. Oh,
Well, not
yeah.
just the argument, like it happening, and what happened because of it. To like in terms of how we had the
Yeah.
argument, like how big of a deal it was to each of us in different regards.
Yeah. And again, I don't think it would have been as big of a deal to me, at least, if like you hadn't argued for her so badly in the beginning. But the way you argued it pissed me off so much. Like in the beginning, not here tonight, but I'm talking about in the car. And like now that we sat down and talked about it, like I feel better about it. You know what I mean? I'm
The reason I was very
much
upset that
am
night.
thankful that she didn't write me a ticket. But I just it's like
The reason
I,
I was
feel like she
upset
could be
about it that
nicer.
night is because I just finished reading an article of a police officer who was off duty who got shot in the back of the head at a gas station while he was
That
getting a
shit's
lottery
fucked up.
ticket. Yeah, and I was like, guys, I mean, shit's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So I was very ready to make that argument just because she was very, like, overall in terms of what the situation was. She was like as good as you can be as a cop, especially like in terms of being like she let us go. She didn't give you a ticket. She totally could have.
Objectively, if you're talking specifically objectively, she was as good as she could be.
Yeah.
But tone and
She's actually
attitude-
technically probably doing a bad thing because she wasn't doing her job
tone
right.
and
Like to
attitude,
the civilian, she was cool.
Tone and attitude, I don't agree with. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
again, and again, that's just people reading
And
it differently.
look to all the cops out there. Like I appreciate the
it was
job that-
Creighton. Creighton shot him. Case closed.
Yeah. Right? To all the cops out there, I appreciate the job that you do and the hard work. I mean, you guys obviously have your work cut out for you on a daily basis. All
Just
the time.
ask Creighton if
But-
he's nice to every person ever at Food Line. It's a natural human, but he's gonna say yes because
I'm not nice to every person I can be at Food Line, but I'm never rude to them,
okay.
if that makes sense.
Sure. I mean,
I mean,
I get
I'm
what you're saying.
definitely nicer.
I get what you're saying.
Like I definitely have my bad days, but I try not to let that affect how I treat a customer.
See, that's what it felt like to me. Was it didn't seem like she was being nice, but it didn't seem like she was being mean either. That was
It
just
seemed like
my.
she's
That's just
being
how I
rude to
read
me.
it. I mean,
But
that's how I
and
read it.
maybe like in some weird way, maybe you're right. Maybe the three of us just misinterpreted how she was experiencing it. I'm just saying to me,
Kill me. Yeah, I know. It keeps going. I
yeah,
understand.
you know.
It's the same argument like 5 times.
Yeah. But I'm not arguing anymore though. You know what I mean?
I've maintained my argument. We both have. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's not about being better at the argument. It's like we both are sticking to our thing because the one thing that can't change can't change.
Yeah.
Like
it's just
I
but
can't experience it. I
Yeah.
can't experience how she talked
And
a different way than you guys.
I
did.
don't think negatively about city cops here. I don't think negatively, just like I don't think negatively about sheriff's cops or state troopers. I know they all have a tough job. You know, I mean, it's hard. You know, it's just this situation that rubbed me the wrong way, and that's all. That's all it is to it. But I mean, it hasn't changed how I feel about police. It hasn't changed how I view them in society. I think it's just like anything else.
understand.
There's good cops, and then there's cops that are bad cops, and there's people that are just having a bad day. You know?
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. I mean, it's just like anything else. Like things are tough right now. Like what you were
I'm
saying.
on Chris's side. Dag is in the middle, and Doughboy is somewhere in Serbia. that sounds about right.
Yeah. But it's crazy though to think that we all experienced it in a different way. You know what I mean?
It seems like I experienced it different than the three of you. You
Well,
guys
I
all
mean,
seem like
we
you
all
experienced it very similarly.
Kayla was very upset,
Yeah,
and I was probably like
somewhere in the middle.
somewhere in the middle. Yeah. And I'm not saying you're wrong for that.
But if I'd have got out the fucking car as she was pulling up, how would that situation went? Because she already had an attitude. She was being rude for no reason, just talking to us,
Mhm.
just asking questions. She had an attitude. So what would have happened if I was getting out the car as she pulled up because I needed gas? That's what we were there for.
Yeah.
That would have been a completely different situation. Because if she'd got out of the car, I'd have freaked the fuck out. Because I'm like, nah, we not doing this.
Yeah, that would have made me uncomfortable too. Again, it's neither here nor there, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, we all experience differently. Parker, I feel like,
So
was
scientifically,
somewhere.
Creighton is right. Wait, at the end of the day, if you're doing a science test and 3 of the test subjects experience the same thing, then the one off that didn't, the results would be swayed towards the majority. So scientifically, Creighton is right.
That's a fair
I
argument.
guess.
But what
Depends
I,
on the
what I
depends on
mean
the
is, we
experiment.
all experience the same thing in different degrees. Kayla was super upset. I was like somewhere in the middle of like I could be upset about this or I couldn't be, which you said really pissed me off. And Parker was somewhere in between me and Kayla, and then you were on the other side of it. Like, well, this is just it was sucked, but it was just.
I guess it's because I've dealt with police a bunch of times, and that was about
Well,
as
I have
smooth as they
too.
ever go.
I have too.
I've dealt with very negative situations with police, and that was about as smooth as they've
So
ever
have
gone.
We've all been there.
You haven't been where I've been.
What do you mean we haven't been?
I'll
where
tell you
you've
after the
been?
podcast. Remind me to tell you. I'll tell you after
Are
the
you
podcast.
talking about the moped thing?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I
Your
told
little
you before.
moped stunt? Like,
No,
what
no,
the hell are
no,
you talking
not
about?
that. I'll tell you after.
Why not talk about
Listen to
here?
me. I'll tell you after the podcast.
Okay.
Like, can you
You're
not
talking about
pick up
the-
on context clues?
Okay.
Stop.
Does it have to do with the fire?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't deal with any police.
You told,
there.
yeah, you did.
Well, I mean, a month later I did, but they were cool. I mean, they were.
Okay. Well, then if
When,
you're not gonna
after the fire, no, I'll talk about that.
Yeah,
it
'cause-
wasn't a
'cause that's
month.
a good
It was
example,
3,
too.
Yeah, 3 weeks to the day. So that
And
I
I
mean,
still think you should have been mad about
but
that.
that was good cop, bad cop. That was just a technique. When
yeah.
they teach
It
that.
still would make me feel uncomfortable.
Of course, it's supposed to.
Yeah.
It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable.
I don't like it.
Of course you don't like it, Creighton. You're not supposed to like it. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Go
You're
ahead
not
and tell
supposed
them
to
your
like me.
story, because
Yeah.
they'll get what I'm talking about.
So, okay. So 3 weeks to the day after my house burned down, 2 police officers. One was a SLED agent. The other was a city police officer, or it was either city or county police officer. Excuse me. The SLED agent was very upset. Not upset, but he was very stern, very to the point, very definitely the not chipper nice one. And the state guy was very courteous and nice and being like friendly towards me. And it was in here. I sat on my bed. They sat right behind where you're at. Like one sat like in a chair next to you, and the other one stood like where the pillar
See,
is.
I'd be like, let's do this outside, not in my house.
What? Huh? I mean, they weren't.
No, I know.
What?
But
I mean,
I
it
would.
was hot. I mean, I didn't want to do it outside. I mean, it was
I would have
comfortable.
wanted to do it outside. I don't like people coming to my house unannounced like that.
They were announced. I knew they were coming. I
You
knew
knew
they were coming that day.
because the way you told me in the original
I
story
was-
is that
I
they
knew-
woke you up and like.
They did, but I knew ahead of time that they were coming. It was like it was almost a. I had been woken
Okay.
up a few hours earlier and said they were gonna be there.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that makes me. The way you've told it before is that you were just here, you didn't even know, and then all of a sudden they were in your house and they were waking you up. To ask you
No, they
questions.
didn't walk in and shake me or
Okay,
anything.
okay, okay.
I woke up
Okay,
and
go
had
ahead,
time to
go
put
ahead.
clothes on. Anyway,
Yeah.
so when this happened,
You were just taking a nap, basically.
well, no, I'd been woken up earlier to be told they were coming. Then I went to sleep and it was. I got woken up to be told they were showing up.
Yeah.
It was less that I was
Yeah.
still basically asleep. Anyway, they come in. There's like 10 minutes of pretty normal, like, where were you? What happened? Do you know this? Do you know that? Was he there? Do you know this? Yes or no? A lot of yes or no questions. A lot of was it there or here questions, stuff like that. And then I told them where I was during the fire, according to them when the fire happened. And what happened was I was here asleep when it had started, apparently. I woke up, realized that it was an hour and a half after my dad was supposed to come pick me up because he had a big moving truck and we are going to go move the last stuff out of our house because we were moving out of our house when this happened. And so what happened was he called me at like 1 p.m. and said, hey, I'll be there at 3:30. I was like, okay. It was like 4:45, 4:50 or something like that. Actually, I think it was like 4:30. Anyway, it was more than an hour later. And I was like, what? So I go upstairs. I'm like, hey, have you heard from my dad? To Carmen, as she's walking into the house, she says, there's a house on fire over where you guys live. We couldn't go look. They have the roads blocked off. I call my dad. I call my brother. I call my sister. No one answers.
You went running down there.
I literally held my phone, didn't even put shoes on, just ran down the street. I ran down the street, and this is, in terms of running the streets, it's about 600 yards from here. of road, and about 400 yards from here, I got stopped on the road and had to wait with a cop because I wasn't allowed past. And I was telling him, I was like, hey, that's my house. I saw where the smoke was coming from. I had enough evidence to
Did
understand.
you see it?
No, it was behind the curve, but I knew. It was just, everything made sense. Like, nothing didn't make sense because of other stuff that had happened with, like, I don't want to talk about it. But I knew that it had to be, like, my dad was very upset with me that morning and was like, I'm going to be there at 3:30, so you better be fucking, like, we were mad at each other about something that happened. Anyway, when I wake up an hour later, I'm like, wait a second. And now he's not answering his phone. Neither is Michael. Neither is my sister. And now a house is on fire right
Damn,
next
that's a
to where
rough feeling. Like,
it was.
Especially if you guys were in an
It
argument.
was dreadful, bro. It was the worst like hour 20 of my life. Like the not knowing. Anyway, I told them that. I told them that I woke up at that time. Blah blah blah. All this. So like 10 minutes into the interview, they say, the SLED agent goes, okay, so when you say you were asleep and that you walked upstairs and talked to her and then ran down the street, did you actually, before that, wake up and go start the fire and then come here? Like, just like that. Like, he just said it very matter-of-factly like that. And I was like, no. Like, because I knew, I mean, it was very, as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, okay, this is good cop, bad cop. Because I was pretty suspicious of it already.
What if they
And
said
then-
not quite that and, like, Batman was behind you? Like, they left the room for a second and then started beating the shit out of
Imagine.
you. Like, confess to the...
Why'd you burn it down? Like, I didn't, Mr. Wayne. He's like, how do you know who I am? I'm like, you're famous. We started like, arguing. Nah, but he asked me that, and then he said, like, he asked me 2 other questions that were basically that same question, just worded weirdly to try and trip me
Yeah.
up. And as soon as I answered the way I answered, he was like, okay, yeah, no, there's no way. He's definitely, like, not lying. Like, they could just tell. You know, they can tell. They're trained to tell, I guess. But DM that other story as well.
Yeah, just talking about something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
Tis.
with that scenario, like, it makes sense. I mean, they're literally good cop, bad copping. It's supposed to be uncomfortable for me. That's how it's supposed to go. They're supposed to do that. They are interrogating me. It's 3 weeks later. There's a giant insurance investigation going on. Like, my dad didn't like the landlords. Like, it's literally a whole situation. Like, everything made
But
sense.
your dad didn't even profit off that fire.
Of course. That's what people, that's like, the dumbest thing to me is, like, the house burned down while our shit was in it. They didn't have any, like, it was, look.
And there was nothing in there that he could have profited from or had insurance on to profit from.
Exactly.
Like,
He didn't make a dime from that fire. He lost a bunch of his shit. He lost everything. Everything to do with his family. He had 10 photo albums that he was the only family member that had. We lost everything on that side of the family in terms of physical proof, and none of it was digital. We lost all of it. It's all gone. His wedding, everything to do with his wedding, all the people that were there, like he wouldn't enjoy the wedding itself, like, per se, in terms of the memory of it, but he would look through those wedding pictures and remember all the people that were there on that big day and people that aren't alive anymore, people that he hasn't seen in years, and, you know, just all that shit happened. I mean, he lost all that. I mean, like, it didn't make sense. Like, I mean, I get they have to run their investigation regardless because, you know, again, perception. They don't know us. You know, it's not that. They can't trust our word of mouth. People are good at lying. And, I mean, I understood that they were being negative towards me. So, I mean, I've dealt with that situation where I am very literally being interrogated. I've dealt with a lot of other shit. And this all wraps back to I just didn't think she was being rude. You guys did. That's all that is.
I mean, that's what we settled on anyway.
They ever find out the cause? So they never. I don't think if they did. Look. I stay in my little room right here, and I don't look at the outside world in my town very much. When we went to recover items, they wouldn't let us touch a fan. There was like bouncy castles.
Yeah.
We had a fan that was for blowing up bouncy castles. My dad kept it in the garage, like when he was working out there, because it was summertime, and he would just leave it on, like aiming at him, so he could sit there and work in the garage. They wouldn't let us touch what was left of that. So and the wire on it, he had like duct taped over, like it had been cut, and it was like fucked
Did
up.
you leave it on when he left?
Yeah, it was on for like 3 weeks. It never went off for like 3 weeks. It was just on and running. So they wouldn't let us touch that. They never made it public as far as I know. And my dad, I feel like, would have mentioned it. So maybe it did, and I don't know. I'll ask him. I'll ask him if they ever got back to him on that. But as far as I know, they don't know what the cause was. Hey, Luke. As far as I know, they don't know what the cause was. I guess that's probably the cause. They were very weird about it. They wouldn't let us touch the fan when we went there to get what we could grab that was left that like the fire didn't destroy. I mean, other than that, I don't know. I mean, I think they said that it started in the garage where it was at as well. So like,
Well, it looked like
it's just too many
'cause
coincidences.
right after the fire, the whole front of your house looked like it was intact still, but if you went back there behind
Yeah.
it was just nothing.
Fucking eviscerated. It was
Yeah.
all gone. It looked really
It-
scary at night 'cause like
still, like,
the sky.
foggy and
You could
stuff.
see you could see the sky. Like not that night, like nights to come before they tore it down. Like when you drive by, like I knew what that skyline's supposed to look like, 'cause I've pulled up to that house hundreds of times at night, and like you just see this chunk in the sky that's never there because the roof is gone. I was like, oh, that's weird. It was kind of cool to see, honestly, 'cause like I don't know, it was just weird. It was cool to see. It was weird and
And
cool
it was
to
a
see.
big fire too, 'cause
It was huge.
Quentin saw it from Indian, like the smoke column.
Yeah, everybody. Like, it was reported all over the county. It was nuts. I was wearing my MFAM shirt. I was wearing these shorts, these blue shorts, and my red MFAM shirt
What if
whenever
you-
I did the interview. It was, my black with the gold Spartan helmet MFAM shirt.
What if you did it just for like MFAM publicity?
Yeah, I did it just so that I could be on my local network, just like get my
Yes.
MFAM shirt out there.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a video somewhere. I think we showed it on the podcast when it happened. No, did we? We
We
weren't doing
weren't
the
doing the
podcast yet. Oh
podcast,
yeah, that
no.
was like right. What am I saying?
Yeah.
I wonder if that video. I wonder if I could find
We
that.
could probably find it. I mean,
I'm not
I'm
looking
sure
for it.
it's on the Lancaster News website or like,
Potentially.
Channel 9 News.
It was almost a year ago. It was on 9/11. It happened on 9/11.
Did it?
Yeah, so it's a week. It was literally a week from today. A week from Friday that would be the anniversary.
So it would have been like on the next day's paper, so
Probably, yeah. Twitch.tv/Nick Merckx. Go follow Element. Exactly. I fucked it up. Wait, what'd you? Oh yeah, you didn't put the K. Idiot. Big dumb idiot. Are you looking for it? I don't want to watch it right now.
No, I'm not looking for it to watch. I'm looking for the newspaper.
Oh, okay. Like to see the date. I got you. You're just struggling. Just typing with a water bottle, jiggle it over your fingers.
No, that's September 3rd.
It would have been on 9/11.
Well,
It would have been.
I
It would have
typed
been the
in
next day.
12th.
Yeah, the 12th. I don't know if 9/11. I think 9/11 was on a Tuesday last year. I want to say it was like a Monday or Tuesday. I'm not 100%. Anyway,
Go ahead.
I just mean it like, I don't know. I mean, we've just been on that general.
2019.
September 11th is when it happened. WBTV has an article from 9/11. There you go.
WBT.
WBTV. That's probably when it was. I had somebody like send it to me at one point. I just can't remember who it was or where it was. I don't know if it was Twitter, Discord, Facebook. No, it wouldn't have been Facebook. I wasn't on Facebook at that time. I'm still not really. I just opened my account the other day, so now I'm getting fucking notifications. No, and no. I'm the ultimate investigator. Oh, he found it? You found it, Chris?
Oh, you did?
Apparently.
Chris, send the link in Discord.
Yeah, put it in a
Drop it in
journalist for
Discord.
losers.
11 charge. And is it?
I don't know. He hasn't put it in there yet. Detection racers reporting for duty.
Detective racers, not detection racers.
I said detective.
No, you said detection.
No, I didn't. I was reading detective
Right.
racers.
You can go back and play it. You said
I will go
detection.
back and play. I'm clipping it. I'm not losing this time. I know what I said. I'm clipping it. I'm doing. Yeah, okay. I had to make sure I was at the right spot. Where's the clip? Can I wait? Chris, clip that. I can't clip from fucking. Oh yeah, I can. It's up here.
Well,
Okay,
he-
it's in a different
I
spot
was
'cause
about
I'm
to
in the
say,
thing.
he's pulling up the thing.
Clip, copy to clipboard. Okay, paste. And watch this. Detection racers reporting for duty. I said detection racers?
Wow. Imagine you doing something
There's
wrong
no
and
way.
then not admitting that you
found
did
it?
something wrong.
I didn't find it. Did you put it in there? You didn't put it in there. You said detection?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
crazy that you're
Detective
wrong and that
racers
you
reporting
denied
for
being
duty.
wrong and then you got proven wrong and now you're
By
trying to gloss
myself.
over it
By myself.
What?
I proved myself. Like I proved it wrong,
Yeah.
but like I was
Yeah.
so
Then
confident.
you moved
I
on.
was like, look, clip.
You're like,
Bro, I
I'm not
literally,
you're like, I'm not losing.
bro, clipping here is easier than anywhere else.
Yeah.
Usually you have to wait like 5 minutes for it to fucking load up. I clipped it and the clip, like it was immediately fucking copied to my clipboard.
He said he's booting up Discord.
I'm booting up Discord. Hey, for now on, if like a clip-worthy thing happens, tell me,
Okay.
and I can clip it and just put it right in the Discord.
Oh,
It's so much easier the way it is here that you
and
have
then
to
we
do
can
it.
let Matt make something out of
Exactly.
it. Ooh. Put that in the Discord because I want that to be the moment.
No,
you
that
prove
one I'm
yourself.
not putting in there.
Why? Because
I
you were
don't want
wrong.
to. Because I was wrong.
You were wrong. Put it in there.
Here's the. Oh, here we go.
I know, right? Doesn't want to show these fucking.
I mean, we did. They can clip that right there and send it.
All right, send it. You guys
I'm
all
not
know what to
doing
do. If you're watching
Several
on YouTube,
firefighters. I was. Do I want to? Actually, I don't want to show this because it has my address or my old address. Like it's not
just
up
like
to me to
if you
do.
can find pictures of it.
Hold on, let me just.
You have breaking news tonight. This massive house fire
is on and she time now.
He was name's Chris. Believe the house is located at the
Bro, let's see your interview.
No.
Yes.
No, it's got. Hold on, let me see. what
other
it has.
his friend. Serial. This is.
They think. Nah, it's got my normal stuff. I'm not. No. Fuck off. I'm not showing it. I'm not
Why?
showing it.
I want to see.
I don't like the way I look. I don't like that it has my name on there. I don't want that.
Look,
No,
look,
no.
and they
No.
they don't say your address here. They say Plantation Road. I can't
there
believe
you
there's
go.
an interview with you out there.
Well, they also say my name, and I don't want my name on
Say
there.
my
real
name.
name.
Say my name. You say your name all the time on here.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Just
I don't like
just
it.
crop it in a way where it's.
I
not
don't
your
want.
name.
I don't want to watch it. I just search your name, then interview. Really? I mean, yeah, I
Wow.
guess that would make sense. Because I guess all of our stuff from Learn TV wouldn't go up as public domain.
Well, it does on the YouTube though.
I guess.
So like it, there's stuff with you out there, but that's the most recent thing though. Because you haven't done stuff like on camera, like you're on camera for Learn TV in years.
Yeah.
Except for this.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, we do this a lot.
But you don't use your real name for this, so
That's true.
it doesn't come up whenever you search.
I do when my brother's
Look
on.
at that smoke column.
I just
though.
searched your name, then interview. I deleted off. Discord.
Damn. Look at that.
It was a big fire.
They're putting water right through that window where I used to just hang out and like
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Look at your hair.
They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me go into the They let my dad and my brother go and grab stuff, and they wouldn't let me, and that made me so mad because I had shit in there. Dude, I had a piece. Springs.
Yeah.
They had a furnace at Springs where they smelted everything.
Yeah.
And it had this glass at the bottom of it that was feet thick. Like it was this giant piece
Wow.
of ridiculous glass that they had to jackhammer out of there.
Yeah.
And a friend of ours that used to live near us had chunks of it and gave me one year for my birthday. It was like as big as your head, and it was this big turquoise green blue glass.
Yeah.
And it was really cool shaped, and I wanted to get it made into something one day, get it carved into something. And it would have definitely survived that fucking. It was literally fire-made glass.
Yeah.
That fire, it would have had to burn jet fuel for days to melt this glass.
Yeah.
That glass was definitely, and I know where it was sitting, and they wouldn't let me go get it. I was fucking devastated. We had a statue. We had a Guardians of the Galaxy, not the movie. It was a piece of art. It was a bronze statue of animals holding a crystal
wouldn't
ball.
let you guys get anything.
So they let my dad and my brother go and get some things for a little bit, but they didn't have a lot of time, and then they had to leave, and they didn't let us back again.
Damn. Why didn't you go with your dad and your brother?
I wasn't there when they did it. I just wasn't. I was probably at work or something. I don't. They
wanna
didn't even get to it was an in the moment. They were there, so
Hey,
they let them.
can
It
you-
wasn't hey, can we come do this? And they
Can you
made
mute
an
my mic
appointment.
for a second? I want to listen to what you say in this.
Just wait till later. We're
Well,
almost
here,
done
I'll
anyway.
just switch it off.
Okay. What if they hear me on my side though?
Well, then switch yours off.
But then they're just gonna sit here in silence. You are ruined. You are just making them suffer. You're making them suffer. I mean, it's not like you haven't seen this before. Yeah, you did. You said I saw you on TV whenever you messaged me about the fire. Oh. I can't believe you didn't see that. It was all over our Facebooks and everything. No, we're doing a podcast. And you're watching a video that will still be there in 12 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. Well, they can't say that I'm right and then be wrong. They have to be wary. Creighton said that they were doubting that it was your house. And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, it makes sense to doubt that it was my house. I mean, we have no real understanding. Well, yeah, they're supposed to do that. That's their job. They're reporters. I'm waiting till the podcast is over to watch it. Just FYI. Okay.
It's hilarious because immediately as soon as you're off camera, they're like talking shit about you, going like,
They weren't talking shit.
I know,
They're
but
following up.
I'm imagining it's hilarious because they're like, well, we don't know it's his home, but like, we just put him on TV, but like, just in case it's not his home, like, we're not really sure, but like, that's his take on it. So we let him have his moment. Just
well,
some random kid on the
later
street.
when they find out that.
But
I know
hey,
everyone's
MFAN
okay.
propaganda.
Exactly. Which, I mean, it's not like it said like Twitch.tv Nick
You should have
Merckx
said
or
it at the
MFAN.
end. Is that
Yeah.
why they cut you at the end?
Yeah, that's why I said at the end, so they cut me. No, I don't know. I mean,
Hashtag MFAN. This is what the MFAN.
she treated me very nice. And
Oh yeah, yeah. I
and
mean,
the
she's
interview.
very, I just
the
was
interview,
fucking
yeah,
with you.
I know. I know.
It's funny though. It's just like, I'm glad that's in the Discord.
It's not anymore.
Oh, it's not. Why
No,
not?
Chris deleted it
Why?
because I wanted him to.
Oh well, I'm gonna put
He
it.
could
in
tell that I wanted him to.
I'm gonna put it in our notes.
Okay, just don't put it in general.
Yeah, no, because that. Well, you're worried about having your address, but this interview doesn't even have your address. It just says Plantation Road.
See, you keep saying that, and I don't want that said.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
That's enough for them to
My
know,
bad, I'm
get an
sorry.
idea
I'm
of where we're. Like, you got to think about things. When you say
I'm
shit.
sorry. That's definitely going to be a topic for next week.
What?
Just this lady, just your interview and this lady, because I've never seen this before. It's all brand new shit to me. I love it.
I mean, it's a topic now. Let's talk. We got 10 minutes. Let's talk about it.
Well, like, first of all, you didn't let me watch it all. And second of all,
Shout out YouTube.
your bedhead is amazing. Can I make that my Avi on Twitter?
What?
Your bedhead's
No.
amazing.
How dare you?
And you got a thick ass beard going on too. You look like a homeless guy that they just let on TV that happens to be part
It
of
was
the
rough.
MFAN.
That was probably the lowest I've ever been in my life. Was
Oh, yeah.
the weeks leading up to
Yeah.
that.
Not that I'm making fun of you for that being like.
Yeah, I'm just saying I looked rough in general. I just felt and looked. That was the worst. Definitely the worst time in my life was the month to 2 months leading up to that. Like that little window.
You
of
look heartbroken. Just like.
Oh yeah, man, I was
'cause
scared.
You're like, my house is just gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like you can tell that this is
Well,
just.
I mean,
I think that's honestly why.
But I have to say that when I was doing that interview, I felt amazing.
What do you mean?
Well, all my shit was here. I didn't really lose much. I lost a little.
No, but I mean,
had a
you
little
were
bit of
worried about
money.
your dad and your.
Yeah, but during the interview, I knew they were okay.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I didn't do the interview until I knew that. So in the interview, I'm sure it looked like that. It was probably because I was tired. I just
You
woke
seem
up.
like you've been through.
I just woke up and I had been standing outside for 45 minutes in September, and it was hot and I was sleepy.
You just run like a couple blocks too.
Exactly. I just ran fucking a quarter mile at least. Like I was very, very winded still. I was tired. I was sweaty. I had not drank a sip of water that day. I was probably dehydrated. Like, I mean.
But you look great physically. Like
When
you're in
I was
shape,
doing it, I was fucking like
blazed out of your mind.
very happy. I was very blissfully optimistically happy about like the world just because of the low that I was in that moment before, thinking that not only is my house gone and all that shit that we lost gone, but like my brother, dad, and sister, none of them are answering the phone. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they were there. They weren't there. Thank God. That's what if you can't contextually figure that out, they were okay. So once I knew that, I was like, lady, do you want an interview? By the way, Chris, we've known each other for a while, but not really known each other, so we need to get on that. Wait, look way cuter now. I understand.
It's just amazing to me because it's like that's
I love
like,
you, Chris.
To me, I think I had just messaged you like the day before.
No, you messaged me when. Oh, you mean on Instagram
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
It was like a week before.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
ignored
it was right there.
I literally ignored it. I was
It
like,
right
no.
there. You know what I mean? As far as like,
Isn't that crazy? It's almost been a year.
Yeah.
Since that, like it's.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Look how far we've
It
come.
hasn't even been one though. That's the really weird thing is 1 year ago, like we weren't even friends.
Yeah, and look how
Weren't
far we've
talking.
come though.
Yeah,
Like we
well, I
both
mean,
got-
to be fair, we had many years of progress before then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
but I mean, I'm
to
talking about
work
as far
on.
as like what we've done. Like we had a great.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to hit.
podcast.
We're about to hit 100. Wait a second.
We're about to hit 100 podcasts.
Wait.
Is it going to be on the 11th? No, it's not going to be on the 11th.
No, because we're only gonna have 4 next
'Cause
week.
Next week is next Friday's 9/11.
Yeah, so
And it's
we'll be
gonna
we'll be 98 episodes in. Well,
Yeah.
really though, we've done more than 100 because of the ones we never put up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's crazy because we both got successful shows going on now. We're
Well, define success.
well, I mean, as far as like we're
both
them,
doing them and like
we're-
consistently
yeah,
sticking to it. Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's
It feels
like-
very good
It feels
to be
so
able
good.
now, especially with our internet, to consistently do this the way we
Yeah.
like doing
and
it.
and maybe like I've never like been crazy about having like gigantic numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like
I'm happy that we have
to
the
be
same
creating
people.
something.
I'm happy that we're creating something, and I'm happy that the people that watch it, like 50% or more of the viewers we get in a normal night, are here in the first 15 minutes and stay till the end, which is like and stay, not just stay and listen, stay and like talk to us and hang out and are part of this little community that we're building. And it's at fucking midnight every night. Like one day we're gonna get to a point where we're able to do this in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And when we're able to do that, guys,
That's when it's coming.
it's gonna be awesome. We're rain or shine, that's gonna happen. There's like things have to happen for that to happen, but we're trying to get there. Whether that's us getting a place and it being easier for us to do it in terms of we're in the same place all the time, or something else happening.
Yeah, and the point is like the strongest aspect of that video to me is like, we've seen lows. You know what I mean? Maybe not the lowest lows in our life that we'll ever experience, but we've seen low lows, and I feel like whatever's around the corner, we can face it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just switch your mic off?
No.
Well, we can't face that low because how are you gonna be heard with your mic off? Well, so
who
I
are we
guess
banning? You. You're getting
Dun,
banned. Here you
dun,
go.
dun.
Wait. I'm
Vargo's
ready
been
for my
quiet.
time to shine. Huh?
So Vargo's been quiet like since we got off.
Well,
the
he's
police
very
subject.
high, I remember.
Yeah.
So he's probably just chilling, sitting back, listening.
Is that what the GO stands for in his name? Go get high?
Yes.
Come on.
I will apologize
Reagan would be
that when you
disappointed.
get into movies and shit, I get silent. What do you mean that you get silent?
Like he's just not into it. Does my camera
Oh,
look
I
weird to you?
understand. Your camera?
Yeah.
It's probably just because it's at that angle that it usually isn't. So much of the whiteboard is back there, so it's flushing out all the color. That's probably what it is.
Yeah. That's all right though.
Usually it's like where
know what we
your
should
mic
do?
is right now.
We should
aiming
put
at the rest of the room.
picture right here.
What picture?
On this wall.
I can't. It won't
The
fit.
painting. No. I mean, like as far as like lean it up against. If I'm gonna start doing this angle, lean it up behind me, like from the floor, and like lean it against
Maybe.
the fireplace. So that way it's a better looking shot. Because
Maybe.
I like this angle. I like the mic being right here. I can turn and look at you. I feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
Plot twist. I know what you mean. Oh shit. Nothing. Nothing happened.
Oh, can we talk about something that I think is hilarious?
We can talk about something.
You dropped something or something the other day, and then you screamed like a girl.
What did I drop?
I don't know. but
Was
you
it
like-
in here?
Yeah.
Was
we
it
were
during the
sitting-
podcast?
No, it was right
Aw.
after the podcast.
I was about to be like, guys, find it. I want to see it.
Yeah, it was right after the podcast, and you didn't. You're like, ah! And it was like, it was something. I think it was something that was gonna fall on the soundboard. And you're like, ah! And then you like screamed like a girl.
I
You're
mean,
like,
that checks
"Shut
out. I
up."
scream like a girl a lot.
You're like, shut up. We're not talking about.
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to
Yeah,
talk about it. Yeah,
yeah.
it sounds like something I would say.
It was hilarious. I wish I had a camera. I wish that we had been streaming. Because it was. I mean, it was the most sitcom-y moment I've ever seen.
I will say that the current events talk got me fired up tonight, LOL.
Yeah.
Charlie posted that in his OnlyFans. Exactly. I put the
Yeah.
screaming in my OnlyFans. My OnlyFans is literally just me going, ah, just screaming out, sexually screaming things out.
Sexually Screaming should be a band name.
I bet it is. And if it isn't, don't fucking take it.
Or SS.
Wait. SS
Sexually Screaming.
S
It's only two S's.
B A B N. Sexually Screaming should be a band name. Should be a band name.
I'm going to put a video in the Discord.
Took him to the 0.0001 creators. What is? Oh, that's your laptop charger. Off topic, Charlie, but I know you like this shit. But Train has Karma, Clay, and Krim on Scuffed starting in a bit. What? Wait, hold on. Say that again. Oh, Trainwrecks has Karma, Clay, and Krim on Scuffed starting in a bit. I've never watched. The only one I watched some of the one with Nick. I'm just not. Look, dude. Honestly, because of coronavirus, I never watch podcasts, which I know sounds like the opposite of what a lot of people probably do. When I watched or listened to podcasts, it was because I was doing other shit. Like, I don't sit down and just listen to music or just listen to a podcast. I got to be, like, doing something else while I do it. So, like, I listen to a podcast when I'm taking a shower or if I'm making food or if I'm, like, giving my dog a bath or if I'm going to get the mail or if I'm walking around or if I'm working out at the gym. Like, I have to be doing something else. I'll play video games.
Or if you got a sweet grind in the gym.
Exactly. So, like, I can't just sit here. So, coronavirus, I couldn't go to the gym for, like, a month and a half. I was definitely, couldn't cook as much. Wasn't as inclined to
Yeah, I'm going to post
do
this in
shit.
generals for losers.
What?
This video that I'm talking about.
What video is it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Whatever you're talking about.
Anyway, it's late, so I'm curious to hear Krim, Karma, and Clay talk. I usually listen in bed, so I'm the same. Yeah.
Is he talking about us?
No.
Himself.
Welcome to the...
If you want to click on that and play that, I don't know how.
No, I don't know exactly how.
I don't know how copyright.
Yeah, I don't know how in trouble we could get. And it's the end of the podcast, and I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I got you.
I'd rather
we'll
just...
just go ahead and wrap, and we can watch this afterwards. But for those of you that want to check it out, it's in general.
It's in the
our
general
Discord.
chat for Discord. Someone do the Discord command. Hold on. I'm going to do it first.
And I found this the other day on
me. Discord. I did
There
it.
we go.
Shit on. Okay. Okay, guys, listen. We love you. Have a fantastic night.
Do you have the link to the Discord on our YouTube at all, like in the description?
I can start putting it there.
Yeah, you should start putting it there for people watching on YouTube.
Okay, I don't know how it's going to load. I don't know if it's going to load as a link or not, but I'll do it.
Right.
Just
in
because
case.
Discord links are weird like that.
Well, they can message us on Twitter, too, if they want to be part of it.
Yeah, I could just say in the description, if you want our Discord link.
Message us on Twitter.
Or anything like that,
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we love you. Have a fantastic night, and we will see you on Monday. Goodbye.
Goodbye.